All right. Good evening, everyone, or morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Slices and Dices. We're going to do a little Savage Riffs tonight. Hopefully, you've seen our other couple of episodes. We're having a good time with it. We're on episode 3. We had to remind ourselves what episode it was. Just having so much fun. I think first of all, we'll do some introductions. We'll start with let's start with Gordo this time. I don't remember who I started with last time. So,
hey everybody, I'm Gordo. I'm playing Kriptk, who is a ley line walker and has variously lost or regained arms during the course of the adventure, and looking forward to what sort of hijinks you can get into tonight. Thanks.
All right, let's toss it over to Red.
Hi, I'm Red. I'm playing your friendly neighborhood robot doctor, and the robot doctor that couldn't heal the party members for some reason, but could heal the enemies because dice hate robots in Roll20.
Hey, get credit to where credit is due. The little robot defeated the armored APC, so you know.
By talking to him.
Yeah. All right, and then last and certainly not least is Brad.
Playing Wilhelm Planck, the resident MacGyver scrounger scientist guy. I'm the one that keeps the severed limbs cold and build crazy things to keep us moving forward. So,
indeed. So, a little recap from last time. They encountered some DBs and came to their rescue and fought their way through a significant number of coalition soldiers to do so, and managed to capture an intact APC, a Mark V coalition APC, no less, and returned to Castle Refuge. They work for the Tomorrow Legion, doing some exploration and so forth, and they returned to Castle Refuge and got to tinkering and having fun around town, and built a little scent translator because the DBs that they discovered were insectoid and communicated primarily using scent. They have now been tasked with traveling to Zitizix lands to see if that technology can be useful in any way in either communicating with the Zitizix or something else. So, but right now they are in need of a ride because their loaner vehicle has been taken possession back of by its owner, and they need a ride. So you're kind of standing around Castle Refuge, and they've given you this task. How are you going to go about doing it? Or are you going to stand around looking lost until someone gives you an idea?
Oh, we go car shopping is what we do. Need some wheels.
Sadly, the Legion does not have much in the way of wheels. Give me a common knowledge roll or a persuasion or intimidation roll if you want to try to network to try to find out some information. Your choices.
Wow. I do have persuasion.
Ooh, look at that. I see some nice rolls there.
Oh, geez, that's a crap number. All right. Couldn't persuade my way out of a wet paper bag.
This is true, but you didn't offend anyone, so there's that as a positive. Always look on the bright side. Let's see, Dr. Ellis, you've thought of you've heard maybe some rumors that there's some other towns out there that might have things. Kriptk, it does occur to you that Merktown isn't all that far away from where you're currently at. You might be able to talk to someone and see about getting a ride to Merktown. Merktown's got everything. Literally everything. For the right price.
Can we go back to the officer that gave us our mission and see if they can give us the lift?
Sure. you can go to the officer, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, we can. You know what? Let me do some checking." And they leave you in like their office for a bit, and they come back and they're like, "Okay, be outside the motor pool at this time. We've got a contact who's making a run back to Merktown. They'll get you in there." His name is Densgar. You can't miss him. He'll be driving an APC. He's also going to have a bit of an escort with him. It is kind of dangerous to travel alone, so you should get there no problem.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Anything in particular any of you want to do this evening before leaving?
Alice will want to check on his quote unquote patient, aka the coalition lieutenant, just to make
Okay.
sure his wounds healing up all right and all that fun stuff.
Yep. Sure. So you go to check in on this lieutenant, and it's actually Lieutenant Bart Hamilton is what he's identified himself as, and you go to see him and the other troops that were with him, and as you're arriving to where they've been kind of like their version of a brig, they are being let out into a vehicle, uh, and they're putting hoods on them as they're loading them into the vehicle. But they're not being rough or anything. But there's some Legionnaires that are kind of loading them up, and it looks like they're getting ready to leave.
Well, I'm pretty sure Alice will understand why they've got the hoods up, because quote unquote enemies inside the place probably want to keep their identities covered.
Yeah,
So that's all.
could be that.
And so
Yeah.
Alice will float up to the lieutenant and just plainly ask, say, "How are you feeling?"
Oh, just great. Just healing up after getting my gut shot out.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, thanks for patching me up, you little weirdo.
That's no worries.
That's so sweet. That's a Hallmark moment right there. I'm telling you.
And yeah, I think it was just. I don't think there was much of a role play here. It's just check
Sure,
up to make
sure.
sure that the wound
Uh,
hasn't gotten infected or anything unlike that.
okay, all right. All right, so you kind of check the wound a little bit and stuff, and the soldiers let you, no problem. And as you're kind of floating off, one of the kind of like whoever's in charge of these guys is standing off to the side observing, and as you kind of pass by, he's like, "Hey, man," he just kind of whispers to you. He's like, "Don't worry about it. They're not going to get like shot or nothing. We're just taking them back to where they come from. We're not looking to make converts. Well, I mean, it'd be great if they converted, but we're also not trying to kill people or nothing." And we'll we'll see what's we just want him to get home safe. That builds a better reputation for us overall. We're not looking to start a war. So, uh, he'll be all right. He'll be back among his own people. They got good medicine and stuff. So, but appreciated what you did. Actually, saved some lives. Maybe changed some attitudes. So, good job.
That was the only intention. So we're not here to attack the coalition. And if we can keep them
Yep.
on talking terms, that's better than trying to fight them.
Yep. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to do?
I think the Kriptk usually travels pretty light, so he will gather his equipment and be ready to head out to the. You say it was Merktown? Was that where we're going?
Merktown.
Okay.
And actually, you rolled pretty well on that. So you know that Merktown is pretty much it is a town founded. Well, not necessarily founded, but it is now owned by mercenary companies. One in particular, but like all Merc companies are welcome there, and pretty much everyone's kind of welcome there. Coalition, demons, magic users, pretty much anything. As long as you don't cause trouble, they don't have a problem with you. So it's kind of a very free market kind of place.
Nice.
So yeah. All right. Night passes uneventfully, and you get the next day and make your rendezvous.
Okay. I got all my
Okay,
gear
so
with me.
Got all your gear.
Yeah.
Everyone set and ready to roll on out.
yeah.
All righty.
Yeah, I think
All right.
so.
All right. So you go to meet Dens, and he's just a kind of a actually very very average looking guy. He's human. Nothing in particular stands out, but probably works well when you're in the line of smuggling. There are he's got some rougher looking folks, probably mercs who like the vehicle itself is actually like a smaller armored APC. It's smaller than the one that you had captured, but there's still enough room. It won't be necessarily super comfortable, but it'll do the job. And it's got some turrets and stuff, and these mercs go and man those. And you notice that there's also someone in a suit of Triax Predator power armor that is standing nearby, and Den's kind of nods to him. And he's like, "That's Smith. Smith is our air cover. He will be keeping an eye on us from the skies. He don't talk much, but he'll have our backs. All right, load up."
All right, get my armor on. I'm sure I probably already had it on, actually.
You may.
I'm too pretty to die.
Well, you probably washed it at least.
Are we sitting?
Absolutely.
Are we sitting inside the vehicle, or are we like on a?
You're sitting inside.
Okay.
You're crammed in around some cargo, like some crates and stuff. You're not sure what's in them. Probably best not to ask. But although you are going to Merktown, so it's probably not smuggled goods, because he's probably, if anything, going to sell something technically legal. So maybe illegal in other places, but legal enough there. So and so off you set, and I'm gonna just change the map here.
And on the trip to Merktown, Alice will address his party members and just say, I know we're trying to look for a new vehicle. I just thought I'd raise the option that I can fly aerial vehicles, if that's an option for you.
Can you all see the new map?
Hang on.
I can see black.
You can see black. Okay, that's
Yep.
easy. All right.
So lighting, probably.
I've been
Yeah.
tricked before, so I made sure I zoomed out first.
Fair enough. Let me just. It doesn't like to link to tokens between things. And I should
There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a pretty map.
Yes, that is the new map that they did for Savage Rifts. That provides some.
Escanaba.
Yes. Do you want to go to Escanaba sometime? Perhaps in the moonlight.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right. Everyone should be able to see now. I've just scattered you all about willy-nilly. And so you are leaving Castle Refuge here. And you are traveling to Merktown, which is right over there, just this side of the Ohio River from the Federation of Magic. So, yay! Good times.
Oh, right on the border of old West Virginia, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's West Virginia. Sorry.
Kentucky, I think. Yeah, it's like at
Or-
the. by
Oh,
St.
Tennessee's
Louis.
underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell I did well with geography.
All right.
So is there still an intact highway that goes along from Castle Refuge
Not-
all the way out there? Or?
Not really. No, it's mostly it's pretty kind of broken down and whatnot. But it works. It looks like our overlay has kind of done some things. I think we lost your video there, Gordo.
I'm reconnecting. I don't know what happened.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
All right, sorry about that.
It
worries.
happens.
Everyone, we just shift around, so that's going to be fun.
It'd be great. It'll be fine. All right. So you're traveling along. Anything you want to ask Dens while you're traveling? It'll be a couple of days before you really get there, or any of your crew.
Is there anything that we should be watching out for when we hit Merktown? It's going to be my first time there.
All right. Yeah, they do tell you that unless you really got business in a region known as Old Town, don't go to Old Town. Old Town's where the people that live and work in Merktown, that's their place. Outsiders are really not welcome. You're going to be allowed to store if you have any kind of like long arms or heavy weapons or anything, you can store those at the gate. They'll give you a little ID key that'll keep your stuff secure for you. You are allowed to wear body armor and sidearms inside, just not any kind of like heavy weaponry or anything like that. Don't kill people, don't assault them in certain ways, and don't steal, and you should be fine. But pretty much everything else is, you can find someone who's selling it. Drugs, prostitution, whatever, guns, all available.
Woohoo! Hookers and booze!
Hookers and booze. I can open my own
The old
casino with
the old
blackjack and
vendors, yeah,
Yes.
with hookers and blackjack. Make my own town with hookers and blackjack.
Pretty much. So, yeah. Do you guys want to do an interlude scene while you're traveling?
Why not?
An extra Benny before we go?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hit
All
us.
right, give me just a moment to bring that up. Do-do-do. That's what I forgot to bring up earlier. I opened like a bunch of books and I was like, I will be prepared. And then I was like, oh, but I forgot the thing. That's okay. That's okay. That's what GMs do. Forget things. It's in the bylaws. You have to do it.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's in the GM Bible. You have to forget things.
Yeah. You have to be like, oh God, I forgot this, and I planned this, and then I forgot that, and all the
I planned for this,
and...
but we didn't do that. But this random thing of the party going completely off script. Yeah.
Well.
Mark
Also,
of a true
while we're waiting for
professional.
me to, while you're waiting for me to look that up, what is everyone interested in purchasing in Merktown besides just a vehicle?
Well, with that laugh, I think we know what Planck's gonna be doing.
He does have a great deal of money right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have a stupid amount of money.
There you go.
I mean,
There.
no, I do not
I mean, I
have
can
much
fix
money.
that.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
that
sure
about?
you
A fool
could.
and their money soon parted.
Oh, they're always parted.
They are. All right, let's deal you each a card. One card. And you. And one to you. And one to you. And then flip those over, and we'll see what you got. Oh, actually, speaking of which, I should deal out some bennies. Let's see. And
I just have this
Right,
feeling that
so-
even though we're doing a slightly simpler just going shopping. I have a feeling that the bennies are gonna fly.
I don't know what you're worried about.
I've gamed with you before, John.
Look, that's never me. That's always my players.
Well, that's fair.
I do very little. All right. So, let's see here. Who wants to go first? Anyone?
I can go.
All right. Let's go with you there, Kriptk. So you got a club. So options are: you can brood or be angry about something. What is it, and how do you misbehave? You could dig into your backstory a bit, a tale of misfortune from your past, or perhaps revealing something of your hindrances or dark secret. Or a trek. You could relate the story of how you, in your travels, you overcame some kind of hardship or death of a favorite extra. Things like that. Mechanical breakdown, bad weather, anything like that. Just like what was your worst road trip kind of thing. So whatever you'd like.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, sure. So Kriptk originally was way up in the Northeast in the, I think the Federation of Magic originally, and things kind of went sideways for him there. He hasn't quite revealed why he left, but he left in a hurry and trekked overland through all that intervening territory to make his way down to Castle Refuge. And so, let's see. Let's say he had a trusted, not sidekick, but companion, a friend, who had been with him the entire time he was in the Federation of Magic. He was kind of a junior ley line walker, and Kriptk had sort of was mentoring him and bringing him up to be proficient. And they were close friends. And somewhere along the way, they got waylaid by marauders on the road, and his friend died. And that still haunts him to this day because he feels that he failed to protect his friend on this journey because they were going to come to Castle Refuge together. And so that's the dark, or the the emotional baggage he carries for that.
All right. Who are the marauders? Was it a specific group? Was it just like human bandits, or?
Yeah, they were humans, and I think that maybe we can discover more about them possibly during the adventure. But
Sure.
I would say they were humans from what's the country that hates the magic? That's
The Coalition?
the Coalition. Yeah. So he thinks they were Coalition, but they weren't wearing uniforms. They were plain clothes, but they were obviously on a mission to cause trouble along the road.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. And let's go to... we'll go to Red next. Dr. Ellis, also with the club.
Yeah.
There's something that you're brooding about or angry, and you're acting out, which could be adorable. There's some backstory, tales of misfortune from your past, revealing something of your hindrances or a dark secret, or any kind of something that happened on a trip. What was your bad trip?
The only thing is that the only bad things that Alice can remember so far is the recent trip where he's failed with his healing on Kriptk in the middle of a firefight.
Was there ever a time where Ellis lost a patient?
I don't think so. Not Alice himself, but maybe his previous master.
Okay. Maybe it was a time when you offered advice to your master and he didn't listen. And
Yeah,
it's something
we'll go with that. Why not?
Yeah. Because you feel like it's a little disrespectful, which is a new sensation for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Like maybe the reason why his previous master did end up losing that patient is because his master was probably overworked, underslept. Alice was trying to help and he just ignored him, and well, that's what happens when you're dealing with lack of sleep. So
It is.
Alice is probably just sitting in there, just arms folded, just thinking back, probably just muttering to himself. Don't he listen?
All right.
Don't he listen?
All righty. So we got a muttering robot. Everyone feels safe. It never goes bad. All right.
No.
And Planck got a diamond. So you could study or work on an object of some sort. What might that be? Or you could something you want or you already have, maybe a material possession or recognition, political goal, etc., or even a trip you want to take someday to somewhere, or you could tell the story of a trip in which your group found something that helped them along the way, such as an oasis, ammo, food, treasure of some kind, etc.
I can think of two things. The first two things I think Planck would be able to do.
Yeah. First two options again, please. Sorry.
No, that's all right. So you could either study or work on an object of some sort. What is it that you're, studying or working on?
Oh,
I was thinking translator for that.
yeah, I was gonna continue the work to kind of fine tune and increase the scope of the, increase the level of speech from 3rd grade to 6th grade, maybe.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah. I think that's going to be kind of a ongoing downtime project to better fine tune the capabilities of that translator. Because if we can conquer speech that is, or communication strictly through smell, what else can we do? That has a lot of I mean, we could create our own cologne line if we wanted to, perfume line. I mean, we could...
Perfume that says a lot about you.
Yes. Speaks volumes of who you are as a person.
I think probably to get out of his rut, Alice would probably try and help Planck with the...
I would appreciate, because you have senses beyond my own, so any help there would be appreciated by all means.
Well, Planck knows a lot of languages, and Alice knows how to communicate past languages.
Yeah, it's almost like Ellis has sight beyond sight.
He's a Thundercat? Nice!
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you do that over the course of the next couple of days. When you guys camp, you do notice that the guy in the power armor, like, he almost never gets out of his armor. Like, almost never. Just maybe to sleep and eat and do necessities. And then he's right back in it. And even without, like, being super savvy about human body language, he just looks uncomfortable outside of his armor. So, and he, like, as Dens had said, keeps mostly to himself. Again, is there any questions you want to ask Dens about Merktown? Any specific information?
Are there any
info?
Are there any vehicle places that we should avoid? Like, merchants that are known to be shady or shadier?
I mean, they're all a little bit shady, but let's see. There's nothing really comes to mind. It really depends. You get mostly what you pay for. Some of them, Some of them. they do, rebuilds and so forth, and they're pretty good. This is a rebuild. But if you want top of the line brand new, you can go direct to manufacturer. Northern Gun, Narani Empire or Enterprises. Let's see. Magefire has a store. I saw that place. It was pretty cool. Let's see. There is Wilkes has a place. Wellington Industries, Golden Age Weaponsmiths. Really, you can buy direct from manufacturer, no middleman. If you want brand new. Otherwise, you can find people who will sell cheaper. But it may not, quality may vary.
Yeah, I can fix pretty much anything, so I'm not worried about that. It's always better to get used anyway.
And if you wind up getting injured there are many. Well, there's the main hospital, but we are outsiders, so they will charge you a small fee. But otherwise, there is also other places. If you want to get mom augments or you want to get juicered, they can do that too. Pretty much everything that you could want, you can get done there.
Good to know.
Anybody we want to stay away from? Anyone dangerous?
There is a bar. Let me try to think of its name. You probably don't want to go there because it is where all the, the dragons and the broodkill demons and other things tend to hang out. And definitely, or the juicers also hang out there to prove they are tough. But they, don't drink. Oh yes, there is a beer you should not drink. It will kill you. Let me find that.
It's called Pufferfish beer.
No, it's like Dragon. It's like Dragon Smasher beer, and yes, it will kill you. It's designed specifically for supernatural creatures to ingest.
Is it bad? Really is it bad that Kriptk really wants to do it now?
Not at all.
Now that you told me I can't, now I want to. Dang it.
But yeah, there's quite a few places. There's breweries. They have an airport. There's all kinds of things. You could go to the Battle Dome and watch some fights and do some betting. They have races with animals. You could even send a postal package. They have the Ostrosaurus Express. So if you want to send a note back home to your sweetie, you could do that. Or all of your sweeties. I don't know. I don't know what you people get up to. But, whatever.
Could get lock-picking fingers.
Yeah, that's, certainly. And he, sticks up his finger and it just, opens and there's, a couple of, little devices that, are hidden in his finger and it's actually, it blends very well. He's like,
you don't have to say go gadget.
I do not. But it'd be fun if I did. It's a great idea. Bit of a giveaway though, doesn't it?
A little bit.
He wears a trench coat.
He does actually. Oh, he's like, oh yes, they even have the armored dusters there. Those are pretty neat.
Well, Alice will think about picking up some spare parts.
Yeah.
AKA spare cybernetics. Just in case he's...
Oh yes, you could certainly get some there.
Yeah.
If you want instruments, they got good food. All kinds of good food. So, yeah. But we'll be there in another day or so. So, you have a wonderful time.
If there's I think if Kriptk has some surplus funds after we buy a vehicle, he'll be looking for Leyline Walker medium armor to try to upgrade his survivability a little bit.
Absolutely.
A little pricey, but
keep those arms attached.
There is a whole mage's quarters, or mage quarter that sells just magic and techno wizard items.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure there's no armor that Alice can physically wear, technically. Because I don't think armor is...
Technically, but...
Yeah.
True.
I don't think armor is generally made for very small creatures.
True, but Planck might be able to adapt something for you. Maybe if they've got these armored dusters, he could perhaps cut some of that to fit you and give you a little bit of protection. There might be other options. They did mention
robot with Kate.
It's interesting. He did mention your manufacturer, but you don't know what Narani Enterprises would be doing in a Merc town. Maybe they offer the medical services, because where you're from, that's what they offer is medical services.
Narani. I probably should put that on my...
That is Naruni.
Again, please?
Naruni.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you travel, and we will move you over to the little Merc town area here. So we've done our travel,
and as I said in chat, I was thinking that Alice would be wanting to go for the brand new off the line equipment, while player is like, don't get the new one.
Sure. All right. So what you have here is you want to go up and to the right a little bit. Oh, right there in the middle. And that is the map of Merctown, the rough map of Merctown. So over here, this is where the airport is. It has a name and everything, and there are a bunch of hangars. There's runways, the whole bit. There is a perimeter wall around this place. And let me just give you the dimensions on that real quick. There it is. Ah, yes. The wall is 75 feet high at its tallest point, and it is 40 feet thick. Like, it is a wall, and it surrounds pretty much the whole place up until the shoreline. Periodically, there are like defense towers scattered about, as you can see. This is, and there's like, there are people kind of living on the outskirts and so forth, but the airport's located on the outskirts. There is a building advertising itself as the Headhunter Academy, which basically they train mercenaries. That is a mercenary training school, so training soldiers and that sort of thing. That's at number 8. Number 7 is, I believe, yep, that is the Rat Race Derby, where they have races and so forth that you can gamble on if you'd like. So yeah, there's a lot of places, and then there's gates that lead in. Probably the one that you'll be approaching would be the one that leads you into the hub. That would be probably the first place that you come to.
Passing by the races in case we come in.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So we pass by the races if we come in then.
Mm-hmm. Actually, they might have you come in by the warrants. Let me take a look. I have to kind of manually scroll through this because it's not really it's a PDF. And it wasn't quite meant to be used this way.
Boo.
Yeah, that's okay though. It's still cool. But yeah, so as Denz had warned you, there is a checkpoint, and and yeah, you're asked to, he has to park his vehicle. They pretty much, get him like a parking space. He gets like a little thing. Vehicle gets locked down. It's in a secured garage basically. Um, and yeah, he'll lead you in, and yep, you gotta check the weapons and so forth. And the first place you kind of come into actually is actually the Warrens, which is
Okay, so we're coming in
right
more
here.
inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They kind of are on the air base and so forth. Yep, right up there.
Mm.
And the Warrens, it looks run down. It's kind of the bad part of town, but it's probably a little bit easier to get some of the mercs in there. And it doesn't surprise you that Dens would choose to kind of go through the bad side of town. He is a little bit of a shady kind of guy. Um, it's dirty in this area. Things are run down. Um, you can definitely tell. Well, actually, give me notice rolls, everyone.
One, but,
Oh, look at
Wow.
that!
Nice.
Ooh,
Bam.
all right.
I'm just
How many raises is that? A bunch.
That's a lot of raises.
So that's 4 base, so 8, 12,
Yeah, so you'd be like
16,
4 raises success.
20, 4 raises. But with that, my +6 would be that rate, would include the rate.
Yeah. That helps a lot.
So 4 raises.
You do know, and you do notice that there are like different areas that have different like colors associated with them, and there are people of different DBs and humans who are wearing different colored outfits rather prominently. Um, uh, and really, all of you kind of noticed that, or at least you noticed that there are some people wearing different kind of colorings, if you will. Um, if you want to give me a common knowledge roll, even Ellis can roll to just kind of put that together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all succeeded, so we all probably noticed the different colors. And Alice doesn't know.
Yeah. All right.
Boy,
Kriptk,
it's the
you
only one
believe
that
they are
just garbage.
Kriptk, you're pretty sure they're different gangs that must operate in this area. So yeah, it looks like there's several gangs that are in this region. You pass a number of cybernetic clinics. There's a Cyber Street clinic. There's Uberman's Augmentation, Men of Metal, the Feathered Serpent Pharmacy, Super Juice Augmentation, Discount Enhancement. There's where you want to shop.
That's where you want to save money. When you're having got limbs put on.
There is the Marvel's Mechanica.
Mechanica.
Yeah, there are. There looks like there's a tenement building. There's the Gunman's Tavern. Whoa! I zoom out. Why you gotta be like that, book? All right. It was like you would like that viewed at 20%, right? No, please don't. There's a diner, the West Warren's Diner. Looks like there's a Emma's boarding house. There's the weight pile, which is like a gym. There's outdoor sections, and then there's like juicers, benching, 2 cars kind of thing. Yeah, juicers, for those who don't know, are usually humans, but can also be other DBs with similar enough physiology who use a very think Bane from Batman. They have a harness that injects drugs into their system, makes them very strong, hyper reflexes, etc. They
And only
live
slightly addictive.
on average. Oh, highly addictive, and you will also only live about 2 to 6 years as a juicer, because your body will just simply burn out. You can
Sure.
try to detox off of it, but yeah, it probably won't go well.
Wow.
Yeah, so being a juicer kind of comes at a bit of a price. There's a pawn shop, the Buyer's Market Pawn Shop. There is a Robin's Rib Rack and Beer Shack. There's Tony's Place, which may be something. Looks like it's a diner of some kind. There's the Ogre's Den Tavern and Flophouse. You gotta love any place that advertises itself as a flophouse.
Flophouse,
That's
absolutely.
honest marketing, and I am here for it. There's Flesh Peddlers.
Yes, I wonder what you do there.
Yeah, there's Flesh Peddlers, which is, take a guess.
A bike store.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
made out of the
I knew it.
squishiest bits of person. And then there's Roach's Hotel. There's a place called the Mausoleum, which is a tavern frequented by necromancers, it seems.
Yeah.
There's Strongbox Resale Shop, Midnight Transport, which is a trucking company. There's the Haze, which is a music theater. Hydra's Breath, which is another. It's a pleasure den, which probably basically means drug den. There's Monty's Feltway, which is a gambling hall. Let's see. There is the base of operations for the Merktown Escort Service, which is a high-end brothel. There's a Soundbox, which is actually just a street vendor who's selling music discs because they use discs in RIFTS Earth. They don't use like MP3s or anything like that.
Why would
there's
you?
Visions of Delight. There's Visions of Delight, which is another dance club, but you're not the one dancing. There's One Eye Jacks, which is another casino. There's the Gold Nugget Hotel. Firewaters, which is a tavern. Looks like a nice tavern.
And is this all in the Warrens, or is this?
This is all in the Warrens. There is a ton of places. I like pulled this book up, and there's like probably 200 to 300 like locations detailed in this place, in the city overall.
Because
you tell me what you're looking for.
Well, first I think we want to find a place to stay.
Mm-hmm. And there are other areas that you could look for someplace to stay.
Okay. Is there... I mean, the Warrens is, as we've been told and what we're seeing, is a bit shady. Is there an area that's a little bit nicer to stay? Like, I see the Spokes. What is the Spokes?
The Spokes. Let me make this easier for myself. Table of contents.
We're getting closer to the mages when we get to the Spokes, so I'm thinking that's going to up the class a bit.
You'd think, no. So the Spokes is a market and business district.
Okay.
I just want to thank you for acknowledging that mages are a higher class than others. Thank you.
Whether it's true or not, I didn't say that. I'm a legend in my own mind. Does that make me a legend? Not necessarily.
Does in your own head, though.
Exactly.
Keep saving my severed limbs. I think you're a legend.
Fair enough.
It's a deal.
All right. So, let's see. There's some banks. There's an insurance company. There's a cafe on the corner. That's literally its name. Credit exchange. There's a Stogie's Men's Club. There's an importer business. There's the Celestial Dragon, which is a restaurant. Let's see. There's an attorney's office, a dry cleaner, an art gallery. Let's see. Fine wines. Fashion boutique is there. The Aroma of Spring, which is, basically is like a floral shop and so forth. There's a place called Golden Age Relics that deals mostly in like old stuff from the before times. Limousine place, jewelers, and let's see, a bunch of more restaurants. There is the Spokes Motel, which is looks like a nice place. Doesn't look too fancy. It is 8 stories. Let's see. There's a few more in the area.
Can we determine what kind of reputation it has?
Give me like you can do a networking roll, which would be persuasion or intimidation, depending on which way you want to kind of approach it, to just kind of find out some information. No. You got a 7. That's a success.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a success.
Man, Ellis is hot tonight. Woo!
He is.
Look at you go.
He's doomed if there's combat. That's how it always works. Let's see. So there's the Spokes Motel. There's the Quiet Warrior Inn, which tends to be. It's a nice little bed and breakfast, frequented more by older mercs and cyberknights and that sort of thing.
So we're all on foot at this point. We got dropped off and our ride went back. Is that right?
Yep. Well, he went off to go do his things. You know, the idea is that you get your ride and head back to Castle Refuge. You know, once you had your ride secured.
The main goal is to find a ride. So
to find a ride, perhaps, you know, outfit yourselves a bit more substantially. You know, that's a possibility.
Yes, and Alice has brought up the fact that he can fly an airship if it need be, or you can get a land vehicle.
We'll have to see what's available to us, and I forget how many credits how many credits did we have?
I think it was like quite a few, like 900,000 or something.
Yeah, pretty much. You should have. Let me check.
I mean, I didn't update it, but we had 100,000 before. But
yep, I updated it.
Yeah.
Hey, stop flipping through your sheet. I'm looking. that's to Brad.
Oh yeah, we have I have 100.
No. Yeah, that's not the right amount.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got the right amount. Hang on.
There you go. 842,300 credits.
Yep.
Oh, this is my personal. This is my personal money.
No. You each have that amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying what I was looking at here was my personal money. Oh, I'm sorry. We each have
842,300.
In addition to the, I think it was $100 for the pay for going out.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much for going out; it was mostly just for
the scouting mission that we came back.
Well, it was for returning with a fully functional, undamaged Mark V Coalition APC. Yeah. It may be an older model now, but it's still a good model.
It's an old code, sir, but it checks out.
Fly casual. I don't know. Fly casual. Okay.
Ham's Radios, Hack's hardware store. They got a They got a bed and bath place. Looks like the only hotel in this area is the Spokes one and the bed and breakfast in this area. Might be more in other regions or in other districts, I should say.
I wouldn't mind that 8-story hotel. That seems.
Yeah.
pretty reputable-ish.
The Spokes Motel, sure.
Yeah.
They have the cost is 90 credits a night. Each room has a private bathroom, a television, and a telephone. That's right. This place actually has functioning telephones in the city, and they have broadcast entertainment within the city.
So you can call people. So
why do we live in Castle Refuge? You should move here.
Too expensive here.
We have 800,000 credits. We're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. You could live here for quite some time. Take the
Just rest
occasional
here
odd
for a
job.
year and we'll be alright. Rest here for a year and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nothing bad will
Always
happen.
a possibility.
Dude. Wow. But we could pool our cash together and get a Zone Ranger. I mean, why wouldn't
Zone Ranger ATV? The main thing, so on the Zone Ranger, it is it has a little thinger.
Very descriptive.
So the Zone Ranger is, if I remember correctly, there we go. See her, it says in notes, TW, that means Techno Wizard. That means the only one who can operate it is Kriptk.
Well, he's not
is a magic user. Yeah, you need someone who's a magic user or a psychic to operate the vehicle. That does come with a PPE battery, so it would have its own. But to actually activate it, you need someone to just who has the mental oomph to do it, to get it to go.
So a Mountaineer MK2 it is.
Sure.
No, I mean, if Kriptk doesn't have a problem driving, I mean, we'd totally do a Zone Ranger.
We've been down that road, I think.
True. It's true.
Well, I mean, technically, would it be a drive test or a magic test to drive it?
It would be a drive test. It's a drive test. Yeah. It's not that magical.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's you said you're looking at a Mountaineer Mark II. Are you so they basically kind of do have a very limited internet kind of just for kind of Merctown, but you can check out the ads in the place and so forth. They don't really have databases that you can access or anything, but there's advertisements that you can see. And yes, there's a commercial for a Mountaineer, which I believe is a Northern Gun product, and there happens to be a Northern Gun outlet in this town. So that's a possibility. There's actually two versions of the Mountaineer.
I mean, what if we got an MK2 and then spent the money for a nuclear-powered model?
You want to know how much the nuclear-powered model is?
An additional 750,000 credits. So it says in the book.
Yes, you are correct.
MSRP, but that doesn't mean that that's the price we're going to get here.
No, yeah, that's a possibility.
So for an actual aircraft, we would have somebody have to learn how to pilot it, right? We don't have a pilot right now.
Ellis can fly.
Ellis can fly.
Because I'm looking at the TK Flyer airplane, which again MSRP 60,000, 180 miles an hour, has a total crew complement of 8. It's got some good handling. It looks like it'd be kind of a cool option.
It's a large ship, though. Cool. That's the only problem.
And you do have to keep Kriptk alive, because otherwise, then it's just a giant paperweight.
But that's a TW as well.
I see this only as a bonus. I'm now sold on the airplane.
There's also the skyboat.
Nirani is advertising force fields and hover tanks, and matter of fact, one of the shows that comes on, the heroes shooting at people with his Nirani Enterprises plasma hand cannon that's got this big 2-inch wide barrel. saying, intimidating quotes and so forth. So,
well, I guess we should, as a group, discuss what we'd like. Do we want crew capacity, or do we want shielding? What's most important to us as a group?
Now, one thing I will also point out on some of these, at least the ones that are actually done up for Savage Rifts, they have mods, and
Yes,
that
I
is number
see
of
that.
modification slots. So that's you can do things like add on weapons. You can add like a specialty bay that might be for repair or for doing science or medicine, things like that, or just cargo space so that you have more supplies you can take with you. So yeah, you have options.
There's also the skyboat option, which it can be converted to a air vehicle, but it's actually just a boat.
Yep. It is just a boat that then is activated via magic and techno wizardry and can, yes, indeed, fly through the sky.
Yeah, but is it dual purpose? So can it be used as a boat or is it just or?
It probably could be. I mean, most techno wizard items will still function in their original form to some degree, depending on, what you've modified, how it's been modified. I would think the skyboats, that would be an option.
Yeah.
If we get the skyboat, could we name it the Bebop?
That's up to you. You name it whatever you want.
I take it that's a no. Go ahead.
Though it looks like the skyboat requires at least 2 people to pilot it, while the TK Flyer only needs 1 person.
The TK Flyer is also just like it's like a wingboard, I think.
Yeah.
If you'd like to go sky surfing, it's fantastic. I mean, there is nothing stopping you from becoming your own hover cycle gang. You could each get your own hover cycle and just be a little, or motorcycles. They have those too. I mean, granted,
but if
they don't offer the same protection.
If part of what we're doing is going out and helping people, it would be nice to have the space to bring people with.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Fair
what I was
enough.
thinking. Probably is the skyboat, because it has more cargo capacity and space for more mods. Even though it's a little bit slower, it's more of a troop carrier than a fast ship.
Yeah.
But its toughness is 21.
Mm-hmm. Well, the big boss in comparison was a toughness of 28. So
is the skyboat? Does it have an ECC? That is it basically means that it's got an enclosed cabin, so that you have a sealed system in case you were to be attacked with anything with gases or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, the skyboat is a VTOL, so that's good.
Yep. Yeah, not needing a runway.
Yeah, vertical takeoff for landing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we can just right straight up.
Yeah, which would work with what I think Alice's experience in flying is, because I was thinking that Alice is more experienced in flying helicopters, which are VTOLs. So.
Okay.
So
Kriptk, what are you
I say
thinking?
skyboat, but everyone else have dissenting opinions?
Now, what are the advantages of the skyboat over the airplane? I guess the runway is the one.
The skyboat has a bigger crew capacity, but it is slower. And it doesn't get the advantage from being in the ley line.
And skyboat looks like you need a pilot and a co-pilot, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's either to skyboat or TK Flyer.
Yeah, it can travel at 35 miles an hour as a traditional watercraft. Yep. And the other thing with the skyboat is its top speed is 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. So the skyboat is slower and more utility, while the TK Flyer is more fast, essentially.
It's tougher too. TK Flyer is tougher, fast, almost double the speed, or more than double the speed on a ley line.
Yeah, and only needs one pilot, but it has less mod spaces and less cargo space.
That's true.
So
now, right now the TK Flyer does not have a PPE battery, which means Kriptk has to spend his own PPE to keep that thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the first thing that we'd shell out for would be the battery, for sure.
Fair enough.
But we can't just plug Kriptk in. Even though he has said before he's just a battery.
But I think he'd get wrung out pretty quickly.
Just get a ley line worker and just use them as batteries.
With a PPE battery, does it need Kriptk to power it, or does it draw from a ley line directly?
So you can draw from the ley line directly, like it'll have a charging rate.
Kind of like a solar panel.
Kind of, but it's got to be in proximity
at all times, but it charges more when the sun's actually out.
Yep.
So is the castle close to a ley line?
Castle Refuge really is not. However, there is one here in Merktown. Actually, there's two of them. And there's actually even a nexus here. It's not a strong one, but Kriptk can definitely sense it.
Because I'm just thinking, if we're operating out of castle, and we're not, if we're not close to a ley line, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. So as I said, I think Alice would probably be going for the Skyboat rather than the TK Flyer. Personally, but what is your guys' opinion?
Careful.
Let's see.
Okay, so here's another thing that may be a determining factor. Is, well, maybe not, because I think they're both 7. So to keep that Techno Wizard vehicle operating per hour, you have to spend 7 PPE. And then the battery, if you were to get one that had a battery, holds the vehicle size times 5 in PPE. So that'd be like 35. So you'd get 7 hours of flight. And then you'd have to find a way to recharge it, either by landing on a ley line or Kriptk having to dump his whole PPE pool into it.
Well, that's more up to Kriptk if he wants to risk that.
Yeah. I would think that
that's for either one, though. That's both the Skyboat and the Flyer, right? They both require the same.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. There is also the option of a. The Northern Gun does offer a hover car, which is. I don't think it's in the book that you guys have. It's in one of the other ones. It's about the same size as your Big Boss, and about the same speed. Toughness is about similar. But it does have the enclosed cabin. It has VTOL capabilities. It does have a sensor system, and it is nuclear powered. It does cost $3.5 million, though. Or you could get an electric one for $200,000, and you'd have to recharge it with a solar array that it comes with.
Boo.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely don't have $3.5 million laying about.
You don't.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
We just have to bring in another coalition APC, and I think that should be enough.
Yeah. Easily done.
How?
You could always go talk to them. Maybe you'll be able to get low financing. They have banks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it usually works better when you have a Merc company that can back that up.
Yeah.
Some collateral to put down. I mean, if Kriptk wanted to go all crazy, he could get a Northern Gun Sky King. I mean, it's only 1.5 million credits. Granted, it only seats one, and the pilot is exposed, but it does go 570 miles per hour.
Damn.
So,
in an exposed cockpit. Nice.
Yeah. What could go wrong with that?
I'm wondering if our first vehicle isn't a Zone Ranger first. Because I don't see, I mean, depending on how long, kind of breaking the fourth wall here, depending on how long we play, we might change locations from Castle and be closer to a ley line. It's just, I would be worried about Kriptk having to wring himself inside out to, I mean, granted, it goes 100 miles an hour, but if we get into a situation where we gotta book it.
Are you talking about the TK Flyer or the Zone Ranger?
Yeah, well, no, the TK Flyer. Any vehicle that depends on PPE.
So the Zone Ranger also requires PPE to power it, right?
Yep. It does come standard with the PPE battery, though. It has a bit more in the way of mod slots. It is more expensive. Top speed of 120 miles an hour. It is significantly tougher.
Yeah, but again,
and it is amphibious.
Well, if we want something tough and fast, not too complicated, maybe like the Big Boss ATV. It's 28,000 credits.
Like what you had?
Yeah.
20. Oh, is that the same thing we had?
Yeah, that's what we were moving around in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The Mountaineer still might not be a bad route to go.
Yeah, I was going to say we could do the Mountaineer MK2.
Because that's got the covered cockpit. It's
does have a required crew of 2, but that's mostly the crew of 2 is someone driving it and somebody running sensors.
Okay, so basically what we were doing with the ATV, with one person being the scout with and one person driving.
Yep.
What does the nuclear option do?
Blow stuff. Oh wait, no. That
it blows stuff up. Yep.
It blows stuff up real good.
Like don't have to refuel it, or is it?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That means.
Because that might be worth it too if we go that route.
Yeah, max range, I think, is what it changes.
Yeah, basically, if it's got the let me find it here.
You just providing 20 years of active service before it needs to be refueled and maintained. Max range is unlimited. Yep.
You will still need to rest it from time to time just to let other components cool down. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise it has no effective range. You just need to, replace your power plant, every 20 years. So, and probably won't live that long.
A nuclear-powered Mountaineer Mark II sounds awesome.
Okay.
So that's 750,000 credits plus 152,000, which is 900,000 at least.
Actually, I believe it is just the 750,000 gets you gets you the nuclear option.
Model. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not.
You just got to go to Northern Gun or a reputable dealer and purchase one. And then you still have tons of money and so much shopping you can do.
Well, I mean, it doesn't come with guns, so I'm thinking that we would start filling mod slots with some weapons and
we got
you can also, so mods that you can do, you can increase the armor by 2 points per mod slot, which is 2k times the size of the vehicle, and you can do that a number of times up to the vehicle size. However, you'd run out of mod slots. It's already got the enclosed compartment. don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. You could increase the top speed by 10% for 1,000 times the size, and there's unlimited increases on that. That just cause a mod slot. And then weapons. It depends on if it's fixed or linked, and then it depends on the weapon cost. And the weapon itself as to how much space it will take up.
Let's see if we can locate one of these merchants and determine what their asking price is, which I'm sure will be very reasonable. And we'll go from there.
Sure.
So go for a Mountaineer or even a Mountaineer ATV. Either the Mountaineer ATV or the Mark II, I think would probably work for us.
Yep. And to give you an idea of weapon costs, and actually, it's in the book on like page 105 is where they start having like the weapons and stuff. So you can look at the mods slots, what they cost, and how much the weapons cost, and all that. So, alrighty. So, did you want to get any food, or there's probably some food available here at the hotel? Didn't know if you wanted to check any other things out. But otherwise, we can skip ahead and, probably the first and foremost place to start. Oh, someone's going to say something. I think.
No, I was going to say probably make sure we got our hotel ready to go. And then get food and then go shopping.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Also, the enclosed cockpit is a mod, so technically speaking, we could make an enclosed cockpit on a skyboat.
Yep, you could.
This is very true.
And it apparently doesn't take up a mod slot to add an ECC. Apparently.
Let's see.
It would just be 2K
well, honestly,
times size,
I mean,
14,000 credits.
We have enough money that we could get a skyboat and a Mountaineer.
Yeah. You could. You could indeed.
I mean, if this skyboat can fit in the Mountaineer, that would be perfect.
Can we put? They're about the same size, so
yeah, they're both 7. Dang it.
Yeah. Can we put just like a little landing pad on the top of it and use like 3 mod slots for that, so it can just be tall, drop it right on top there.
Just strap it up.
Make us a huge target.
Yep.
Very
no downside
tippy
for that.
In any way. It'd be very safe. Very, very safe. So safe.
Well, I mean, Planck can probably just add some outrigger wheels.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Yep.
Wait, am I? No, that's never mind. We're good.
Well, I mean, if each of us have that 800,000, we could put in for what we wanted. Like, I mean, Planck could probably go for that Mountaineer by himself if he wanted to.
That's true.
Yes.
Well, Alison,
each of you had the gigantic vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Castle would love that. Do they have Employee of the Month parking at the castle?
That's I don't know.
The big question.
It'd basically be that you are Thunderbolts at that point.
Well, Kriptk just gets like a hoverboard. That works with
maybe not. He's got enough. He could get his own TK flyer and wing it. He's got that.
Literally.
He's got the jack of all trades thing. Yeah.
It's good. Gets to a ley line, he just fly. He doesn't need a vehicle.
Yeah. Just bye. See you later.
See you guys.
I don't know where I'm going. See you when I maybe get there.
I can only go this one way, but I'm going to go really fast.
I just stay on the ley lines because otherwise I have to use my own stuff, and I don't like that. So just gonna see where the lines take me.
Yeah, so it looks like there's only a
Most of the
wingboard with
vehicle
an
places are
enclosed
gonna.
cabin. How about that? That'd be cheap. The normal size.
Most of so most of the vehicles are gonna be probably found in dockside. That's where the main ones are, unless you head to like one of
airport.
the main. No, dockside, because there's the
Close to the
airport is
river.
on the outside. Yeah, the Ohio River is like on the kind of northeastern side of Mercktown and kind of forms the other border to it, and that is dockside. It's Dragon's Head beer that you want to watch out for. That's what it was.
Okay. So Kriptk, whatever
Well,
you do not drink Dragon's Head beer. Do not push the shiny red button. I repeat, do not push the shiny red button.
The nozzle is calibrating. Do not look directly into the nozzle. All right, and yeah.
So, Kriptk, what's your opinion on the vehicle situation? Right, he dropped again.
Yeah, he was just rebooting his camera.
Yep, sorry.
That's okay.
So, Gordo, what's your opinion on the vehicle situation? What's your 2 cents?
For Kriptk?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the nuclear Mark II, Mountaineer Mark II, sounds like an excellent option. To stick some weapons on.
Okay.
But what I think, following what Red was saying before, I mean, I could buy that, and then what we could have is each one of us could buy a vehicle suited to their skill set, because we have enough money to do that, really. I mean, you could end up getting the TK Flyer that works to your skills and abilities, and then we have different types of vehicles that we could do. We could have a skyboat, so we could do amphibious type things, and aerial things we would use the TK Flyer, and
like if we
land-based
have
things.
to cross the ocean, we could just use the skyboat and just float across the ocean instead of flying across the ocean
At 35 miles an hour.
Yeah,
I think Kriptk would think, well, that's a great future goal down the road, but I would outfit us for this mission, save our resources because we don't know what else may come up, and then we can invest in additional vehicles as we go. You know what I mean?
No, that's
also, if you have a little read of our handout that we got about the Zidix, they do have high, essentially anthills. So we need some way of getting up there.
Okay.
That's fair.
So.
Well, that's what you're for.
Yep.
We give
I
you
can
a very
get up
long
there
rope.
fine. And if the Zidix hives are right near a ley line, then Kriptk can get up there. It's just Planck just has to try and climb or walk up there.
So then we should definitely do. Oh God. Do we want to do the skyboat then, because that's VTOL?
I mean, that's the point I was getting across.
Yeah.
I think the Mountaineer may be able to make it up if it was like a ramp. But if it's like a spire, then I don't think the Mountaineer can go. I don't think the Mountaineer is like a Skyrim horse that can walk vertically.
No, it's definitely not. Well, that just means that you have to keep Kriptk alive and all in one piece. No cybernetics, because he needs all of his PPE.
Well, we could also buy the batteries as well.
All battery.
Yeah.
A battery, which would take up a mod slot.
Yeah.
So you've got 7 hours of runtime, and then Kriptk, how much PPE do you personally have?
Like 20, if I'm not on a ley line, I think.
I think it's like 20 or 30. So like he doesn't even have enough to fully recharge the battery himself.
Yeah.
That's the main problem with like the Skyboat and all of those. I mean, there are helicopters. You can get helicopters and modify them.
It's just that on the player's guide, it doesn't have any helicopters.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have any, but they're in the Savage Worlds book. Those will work as well. And there are helicopters in Savage Rifts. It's just there are helicopters in Rifts Earth. They just haven't made any or converted any yet for Savage Rifts, and they're not. Most of them are only gasoline. They're not nuclear powered.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They just are.
Well, that would be my first task.
Yeah.
Take up a mod slot and put in a nuclear powered vessel.
What could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
And helipad? How about a helipad on a Mountaineer? Because would a helicopter be a large vehicle? Or
oh yeah.
What size would a helicopter be?
Because I'm guessing it would be more like a Huey than.
No, just a standard helicopter is a size 7.
Yeah.
Has a toughness of 12.
Yeah.
Crew of 1 and can squeeze 3 people in it. They do have a. Let me find it here because I was looking through it the other day, and yes, they do have. Let's see, they do have Hueys in here. Like the Huey was like the big one. The UH-1. These are actually in the compendium too. That's from some of these. The Huey is size 7, 120 miles an hour, toughness of 14. Needs a crew of 4 though. That's just to operate. Mostly that's to operate flight, sensors, and then gunnery positions. So.
God.
I mean, you could get one pretty cheap because it's not, it's not a.
It's not an advertised thing.
It's not even so much that. It's that this one is made. So in original Rifts, there's SDC and MDC, mega damage capacity and standard damage capacity stuff, which a standard helicopter made out of SDC, which is what they would be made out of, would be like tinfoil to most mega damage weapons. It's a little bit different in Savage Rifts, but I mean, you could add theoretically armor plating to a helicopter to get it up to mega damage, but it still would not have much.
And it would be slower.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would slow it down a little bit. Not as much as you'd think, though. I mean, they've made progress and stuff like that. Main thing is, just fuel.
Finding gasoline, yeah.
Yeah. There are like the Coalition has some helicopters, but those are very recent developments within like the last year or two.
Planck just needs like a paperclip and a lead pencil to make a nuclear power plant, doesn't he?
Not quite. It's not quite how it works.
Need a paperclip and some chewing gum, but
yeah, and a lot of plutonium.
It's only some chewing gum, right?
yeah. But no, there actually is a Golden Age weaponsmith here in Merktown where you could get like a kind of already upgraded mega damage helicopter. It'd probably have like the same toughness as a standard one. Again, though, it still would not have a nuclear power plant. The flight in general is just not. It exists, but it's traditionally low altitude. It's very dangerous because there's a lot of things that can fly and like keeping. One thing that wasn't in the intel packet is that average is that Zidix warriors have been clocked at like 180 miles an hour in flight. So that's something to consider, or maybe 120, but still considerably quite fast.
They would tear apart a helicopter.
Yeah, so that's another thing to consider.
Yeah.
And you may not be, taking the vehicle directly into there anyway. Remember, you just have to kind of come across them and test it out. This is just a test run.
Mm-hmm.
I think we go with the Mountaineer. To be honest, I think that burning all of our PPE to try to power some vehicle that has a short range, I think the Mountaineer is going to be our best bet. We get the nuclear reactor, we never have to worry about fuel.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe we could spend money for jetpacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a possibility.
Yeah. I was just thinking of something that would get the rest of the crew up to a distance.
Yeah, I mean, for Kriptk and I, maybe getting
like
the armor
get a wingboard.
You guys can buy jetpacks that'll clip out of armor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could, because I've got the coalition armor that I modified slightly.
No, they sell jetpacks.
Yeah.
So Kriptk and Planck can get a jetpack. Well, Alice doesn't need one, so.
Well, yeah, exactly. We would just have to. That would get us flying.
Mm-hmm. And then the Mountaineer can just get us to places.
Yeah.
And it has an extra storage capacity, so we can house one of the Zidix and just have a good old chat to them.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe.
Okay, so our working plan is a Mountaineer MK2 with the nuclear power plant and 2 jetpacks.
Yeah.
And 2 jetpacks.
And for the mods for the Mark II.
And a large Mountain Dew.
Yes.
We don't have any Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew dispenser as one of the mod slots.
Psy-Cola. You want Psy-Cola?
No, I'm foresee getting a splitting headache after drinking it.
Okay, fine. Let's see.
Because one of the things we're definitely getting is a trauma pack to have in the vehicle at all times.
Yes, the med pack.
Or an IRMSS, which is a little nanite medical unit. It has a heal skill of like a D8. It's like a injectable nano repair thing.
I thought about that, but that's kind of insulting to Ellis. So I'm thinking, a trauma pack is about as far as I would go to buy time so that Ellis can do the work. But getting a medical robot in addition to or something like that would just kind of be a dick move, I think.
I mean, Alice wouldn't say no to it because, I mean, he knows mostly human biology, not that much of the DBs. I
would just be approaching it from the side of empathy. Like if somebody did, I've got a robot here that can, fix anything. I'd be like, well, fuck you. You don't need me. I'm gonna go down the road.
Cry in a corner now.
Put in my resume somewhere else.
Well, Alice knows what he's good at. He knows he's good at cybernetics. He's not that good at the GP stuff.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Is that his working excuse for right now?
All them fleshy bits.
All right.
Okay, so
we decided.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we're finally set at the MK2 nuclear powered 2 jetpacks, and then tricking out
mods on the Mountain 2 Mark II. Do we want extra armor or extra weapons?
Extra weapons.
Okay, so
It's kind of
we
pretty
go to the
decent
docks and see if we can find a merchant that has one of those for sale.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's see. All right, and I think we're. Yeah, you want to find a merchant that has something like that for sale. And
And what is the, like, if we were doing negotiation, are we using persuasion, or what are we using for that?
you can use persuasion or intimidation, your choice. So it depends on what you want your approach to be.
Yeah, I'm thinking, unless we're working with a Klingon, I think that persuasion would be the better way to go.
You never know.
Well, that's true.
The best deals in town is, or at least the self-advertised, as you're watching TV and discussing all these things. I'm just picturing you all gathered in somebody's room and you're all talking. Did Ellis get his own room, or is Ellis shacking up with somebody?
Alice would probably either shack up with somebody because he doesn't take up that much space and he doesn't really need to sleep, so he may just
Ellis,
be trolling
Ellis
the
can
area.
be in my room.
I picture Ellis just like sitting in a trash can, just like not just because he's like, well, I'm gonna rest and this will fit. That seems appropriate. I don't know.
I would turn the garbage can upside down so it'd be a pedestal instead of a bucket that he would just pop into. And
that is very kind of you.
Well, it's just rude otherwise. Unless he wants, extra protection, then he can tip it back or right side up.
As I said, Alice doesn't really need to sleep, so he would just rest, but he'd probably just be watching Planck as he sleeps.
That's not creepy at all.
Exactly.
Look at the fleshy thing sleep.
He just floats over it, staring at it.
Or he can just act like the cat and just land on the Planck.
He just laying on his feet, pawing at him.
It's 4:00 in the morning.
I would like to be played with now. I know nothing about that.
No, not at all.
No. But yes, there's an advertisement for Still Ticking Motors, home of the best deals in town. We can get you vehicles 15 to 30% off.
Is that the price or the vehicle?
Yeah, 15% off the vehicle itself. There's no back
15 to 30% below market value for these vehicles. Deals you can't not buy.
Well, I mean, it's a place to start, and it's not like I can't check the vehicle over and at least, be the mechanic and take a look and see how good or bad the vehicle is. So,
and like I said too, there is an actual like Northern Gun dealership. If any place is going to have this at like stock pricing, it's going to be them.
Well, I think Planck is going to be our tire kicker for the day.
Yeah, I think we'll take a look at what this best deal place in town is like, and see what they got.
All right.
Of course, after we eat.
After you eat, absolutely. Let's see. You're in the spokes. Where do you want to go eat? What are you in the mood for?
You said that there was a cafe?
There is a cafe. The cafe on the corner.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, yes. And there is also... there's a Golden Age weaponsmith dealership on the waterfront. There's a shipwriting place.
I would like to check out the Golden Age place.
You do know, like, that Golden Age weaponsmiths, they will take and kind of modify old, like pre-RIFTS weaponry, like rifles and things like that, so that they can fire like heavier rounds, basically, that might do a little bit more damage and so forth.
What I wouldn't mind doing is seeing if they've got any cast-off parts or anything like that that I could purchase from them, or
Looking for supplies, basically.
Yeah,
Repair parts.
and yeah, parts for potentially fixing or modifying things if something goes
they'll
wrong or we
do that
need
for
something.
you, sir. You don't have to do anything. They can do that for you, sir.
I just thought of something that.
See, but you're looking to upgrade things. I'm looking to potentially downgrade or fix downgraded things.
Well, sir, you just have to be cautious with how you buy.
And that's why I came to you, the professionals, and the well-regarded company in town.
Oh. I'm just gonna do this. All right. And you don't even have to walk to like some of these places. You can just take a taxi. There's several taxi services in the area, including one that will like take you on a hover car to go there and so forth.
Is there any place that has like older electronics, like vacuum tubes, even?
There is, actually. And just muttering to myself as I look through things. Let's see.
I was just thinking, while I was looking at information, I was thinking that maybe Alice may be looking to Planck to see if he's much of a seamstress. I'm pretty sure he's not, because I was thinking that maybe Alice could have like that classic old 3 kids in a trench coat to kind of look, and just get an extra long trench coat that he can pretty much cover himself with, cover his head, and maybe put the dead boy mask at the front, so he's kind of disguised.
That's a possibility. There, as I said, there is a Narani Enterprises dealership here, and you did see a commercial, something about force fields, as well as the guns that they sell, and their hover tanks, and other things.
Well, as I said, Alice is probably going to be looking into that Narani Enterprises, see what they know, and he's also going to go by a cybernetics shop, maybe get some basic cybernetics, just in case he's...
Okay.
So, I mean, I see there's a list of cybernetics that I can get, so... Let's see.
Yeah, you can get those, and then depending on what you want to pay, you get what you get. They might have, some issues here or there.
Anyone want armor plating?
You can get it.
Let's see.
That's absolutely a thing you could do.
It's in synthetic organ replacement. I think Alice would probably get, even though that's expensive, but most cybernetics are. Let's see.
So yes, the cafe on the corner. I finally found it. All right. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't appear in like the table of contents with everything else. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, you can go there and have some coffee and some food.
Have some like real coffee?
Yeah, like real coffee.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm getting that.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm looking at skills to see if there's something that could be used as like being a tailor to modify. That be just knowledge of
You want to?
armor?
Let me just take a look at the skills you got here. You got something that'll be applicable. I would say probably. Let's see. Probably repair would
Okay.
be closest. Yeah.
Well, then that means I could do all sorts of stuff then.
Mm-hmm.
D12 plus 5. If the dice gods are working with me, we can make something happen.
Yeah, we'll have you do this roll, and then I think we'll maybe take a break because I see that it is almost 10:15. Do your roll.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Sure.
It didn't pop up for a minute. Oh, that's a good result. That is what a raise and let's see, 3 successes. So, yeah, yeah, you get it done, no problem. So basically, you want to kind of put some like modify this armor coat to give Ellis a bit of protection.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me.
I want to see a robot in a little coat. It's so cute. And I'm thinking that we should, that I would want to get an armored coat as well.
Okay, if you wear an armored coat with armor that you already have, it's going to increase the required strength die on it. So if you're...
nope, never mind.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm out.
Fair enough. And my PDF
is there like specialized armor that Kriptk, you were looking for specific leyline walker type armor, yeah?
Leyline walker medium armor because I have light right now.
I'm assuming that we'd have to go to the Mystic Quarter for that, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That would be the place to go. Not to mention a bunch of they have really cool Techno Wizard weaponry and so forth there.
Nice. Okay, but so we want to make sure we get the extra armor for Ellis right off the bat. Then we'll go to the really super shady part of town and do some shopping. And then we'll go drop off our goods and then clean up and go to the Mystic Quarter.
So, Ellis.
Yes.
So if you this basically counts as an armored cloak, and it'll give you 2 points of armor and 1 point of toughness.
Yay! I've got a bit of toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Nice.
I have to edit my character sheet for that, I think.
Yep. Yep. It's way down at the bottom. If you have any questions or whatever, I can help you out.
What kind of weight does that modified coat carry then?
It doesn't list a specific weight, but he needs to have at least a D4 in strength, which he does. That's the minimum.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
And then and that costs 6,000. It costs like 6,000 credits to get something like that. And then yeah, just an FYI, the force fields that I keep telling you about, they just add straight to toughness. They run off of normally they run off of a E-clip, and they come in light, medium, and like light, medium, heavy, and super heavy. I think there's like 4 versions, and they just add directly to your toughness, which is pretty cool.
Can you wire that to the nuclear plant if we have one?
Yes. Like they don't really make them for vehicles, but they're meant for personal use. But you could wear them with body armor, and it wouldn't.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And in theory, you could attempt a repair roll to try to plug it into Ellis's power plant if you wanted to. If you wanted
No. I was thinking
No?
we were talking vehicular force
Yes.
field, which is
They do
the only reason
advertise
why I
that their
mentioned.
hover tanks. Yeah, they do advertise that their hover tanks do come with force fields, but it is very advanced, clearly alien technology.
Yeah, I would only pop open Ellis in an emergency.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think I've added that armor. I think, right?
Like,
I was just going to say that Alice is looking for the cybernetics, and there's two that I think his party members may be interested in. Is the vehicle interface package, which increases boating, driving, piloting, electronics checks by 2. And then there's also the Wilderness Scout package, which grants a...
Testing 1, do you? Okay, good.
So if the other party members are interested in getting those cybernetics, Alice would be more than happy to install them.
See, now that we're getting into driving and stuff, I'm thinking that maybe... Yeah, I think I might... Yeah, I think I might do that.
It's the only problem with doing cybernetic surgery is it puts a strain on you and you're fatigued for a day.
That's fine.
Yeah, exhausted for the first half of the day and fatigued for the second. So
there we go. I fixed it for you, Red.
cool. Thank you.
All right. We should take a break, though.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to take a break. Thank you for anyone that's watching right now. And we'll be back in a little bit and do, I guess, more shopping.
Shopping episode.
Shopping episode. Who knows what might happen, though? You never know. So, all right. We'll be back in, I don't know, probably 6-7 minutes, you guys think? Something like that?
Yep.
All right. So we'll be back in a bit. All right. And we're back. I believe, let's see, what were y'all planning on doing now? You're going to go to the cafe and have a little coffee. We'll say it's probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Did you want to go and try to purchase your vehicle right away? Head over to Dockside to do that?
What Planck needs
Yes.
is needs the coffee is what do you call it, the motivation? No.
Coffee and pie, then vehicle shopping.
Coffee and pie, absolutely. And there are quite a few mercenaries and so forth that frequent the coffee shop. It might be it's interesting because the ones that are here are like, you can tell they're in like uniforms and things like that. It's not quite the same like rough and tumble kind of mercenaries. This is more where like higher ranking officers and merc companies come and hang out and have something to eat. Or one of the places, really. There's a multitude of places. So you have your Kriptk. You gonna have anything to eat here? You want some pie?
Kriptk would like a savory pie with some local meat, just to try it out.
All right, fair enough. They can absolutely provide you with such a thing. You get a nice meat pie of some kind.
Meat pie.
Basically, a pot pie. Matter of fact, roll me a common knowledge roll.
Who's all of us or just Kriptk?
Yeah, you could roll one too. Ellis probably wouldn't know. But
I think Alice is cybernetics shopping at the moment while they're having coffee and pie.
are you wandering about by yourself?
We'll say that's.
God help us.
Oh no!
All right. So you two are having a fine meal, and you realize that the meat tastes particularly fresh. You think, and you remember now, because you've seen the canned goods and so forth advertised, that Allen Food is from here in Merktown. It's a food producer and distributor, and their primary plant is here in Merktown. So that might explain why there's some decent food here. Um, so yeah, you're
Nice.
enjoying your meal. Ellis, where did you go to? Which district did you want to go to look for parts and such?
Well, what place would have the cybernetics for sale?
Well, the only places you saw that had the cybernetics was over in the Warrens.
Yes.
You're going to the Warrens?
Yep.
Awesome.
But I'm in my cloak, so
Yeah.
He's in disguise.
so I'm
He has a
not
fake
as
mustache.
so I'm not as what is it?
Don't
I'm
stand
not
out
as obvious.
as
As
sure.
obvious.
Sure.
I'm a very slender man.
With no
I
feet.
have come to view your cybernetics.
Did you just draw on like a curly mustache on you?
Well, as
would've
I was,
totally
I
done
was
that.
thinking, because Planck has the Death Boy masks.
Oh, well, did you hang on to those or did you sell them? I thought you sold them.
No, I hung on to the bits. You never
Okay.
know
Or
when you need.
at least that one.
So,
of
so
those
you have the
skull face-
so in other words, you put them on your you mounted them on your face like a pair of like glasses with a fake mustache and nose.
basically just like a mask more than anything.
Well, there wasn't I like the idea that it's just the bits and
Yeah.
it's just like joke glasses kind of thing that you put on. And he's got like some fake teeth, and they just look like he's kind of a buck-tooth robot face. So yes, there were numerous cyber clinics in the Warrens that you passed. Where did you want to go? There was the Cyber Street Clinic. There was Uberman's Augmentation. There is Men of Metal. There is there's Discount Enhancement. There's Marvel's Mechanica.
I think it was probably going to go to that one, Marvelous Mechanica.
Marvel's Mechanica. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this one appears to be outside of the like. So this place actually looks decent. It looks clean. The equipment looks up to date. You're kind of looking at the parts and so forth. They do appear to cost. Well, give me a common knowledge roll. Let's see if you can understand the pricing system, since you're not really commerce oriented.
Definitely not. They seem all the right prices.
Red, I love the fact that you crit fail every session. It makes my day. It makes my GM heart glad. So yeah, so the doctor at this place is a give me another common knowledge roll. Maybe you'll recognize their species.
Okay, that's a common knowledge. Crit fail again? No, I got a success.
All right, you got a success. You recognize that the doctor belongs to a species known as the Quick Flex aliens, who look kind of humanoid, but like they don't have like a nose. They tend to be, they're quick and nimble and kind of spindly. but otherwise look mostly human. And it looks like they have a nice clinic here. They have many parts and so forth. Um, Give me a notice roll.
Finally,
See if you
something I'm
see
good at.
some-
And I not
Well,
one. I succeeded on
still
my. I
you
succeeded on my
succeeded and
wild
got a
die.
raise. So
Yeah.
you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do notice that you just kind of notice like in the back they have some cybernetics that look a little bit weird to you. They have rather than and like they have not just cybernetics, but they have some that are like very realistic looking prostheses and so forth. Um, so this is these are quality parts that you can get here in a variety of kind of styles and so forth. But you do see you catch a glimpse of something in like one of the back rooms, and it's like an arm, but it's got like crystals studded in it, and it's inlaid with like materials that you wouldn't normally find in a cybernetic part, like gold and so forth. But it doesn't look like a vanity thing. It reminds you a little bit of some of the things that Kriptk carries around with him. That he calls like that he tells you are like of mystical significance and that sort of thing.
I think Alice would probably be eyeing that, and he would probably ask about it and if he could get that.
Sure. You're just gonna kind of approach like the receptionist.
Yeah.
All right, and it's another quick flex alien, and she's like, "Hi, welcome to Marvel's Mechanica. How can I help you?"
Hello.
Are
I'm just looking for some cybernetic augments to help me
ah
friends.
help your friends? Are you purchasing them as a gift? Um,
Uh, Purchasing, yes, as a gift.
all right, all right. And she starts like, you know, typing away on her pad, and she's like, "Okay, what kind of augments are you thinking about for your friend, or is
Um,
it friends?"
Friends. Um,
Okay, and
Now
she's like,
I'm not sure what you call it, but I'm looking for a augment that would improve someone's driving, piloting, electronic skills.
"Okay, yes, we have several devices that would accomplish such a thing, depending on your price level. Um, would that be it for each of them?"
Just one for the moment, because I'm not sure about one of them. I think would probably be quite happy with the upgrade. The other one maybe a little bit more averse, but I noticed you got that arm with the crystals inside it in the back. Would that be for sale?
Oh, that's certainly not for sale. That is actually just uh, a test project. I believe that Dr. Bizarro, well, Doc Bizarro, sorry, Doc Bizarro is kind of working on. It's not really ready for market yet. Although if you have, well, actually, if you happen to know anyone of maybe a mystical bent or something who might want to consider trying such a thing, I
Well,
could
as
talk
I
to the doctor.
said,
There might be a discount.
one of the friends that I've got is one of those of the mystical persuasion, and recently had his arm unceremoniously amputated. So
Oh, oh, that is unfortunate. Did he survive?
he did. I was able to get to
Okay,
him in time.
that's good. That's good. But he needs an arm, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I can, can I get your name and like a place to contact you at or something? Um,
And I'm
and then
assuming,
I can pass it on to Doc Bizarro. There would be like a number for the hotel, I guess. Yeah, because they have a
yeah,
phone system.
yeah. So
Okay.
Alice will probably hand over
Sure, sure.
the phone number of the room that him and Planck are living in.
Living in. Like your roommates. I love it.
And he'll probably hand over a card saying he's Dr. Alice.
Okay. And then Red, what is that thing called, by the way?
That specific cybernetic that he's looking for is the vehicle interface package.
Vehicle interface package. Now then, if I were... just pull up the book.
45,000 credits.
45,000 credits is how much it normally goes for?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And she wants, and then she's like, okay, that's great. So when did you want to schedule the surgery?
Do you do the surgery here? Because I could do the surgery myself if need be.
Are you a qualified surgeon, sir? Do you have documentation?
Yes, I do. And and Alice would just bring out the documentation like paper after paper after paper after paper. I think this should be enough.
All right. Wait right here. And she kind of like goes in the back. And after a few minutes, another quick flex alien comes out in a more of like a doctor's outfit, a surgical outfit. It's like, are you claiming to be a cyber surgeon?
I am. I'm not claiming to be, I am.
Interesting. Where are your feet?
I've got my own cybernetic augments to help me to just float around.
I've never seen such a thing. Could I take a look? I'm always fascinated by new and unusual cybernetics. Yeah, very interesting.
I would let you, but unfortunately, it's kind of classified, if you understand.
A bit odd. Which outfit do you work for?
I work for myself, usually.
Oh, interesting. Well, we would have to have you sign some sort of waiver, and your patient as well, just so that we're not held liable, of course, so that you no legal trouble happens to come of it. That you bought this yourself and you installed it yourself. I hope you have a surgical bay somewhere, but
don't worry, I'm used to all the signing all the paperwork, and it's not the first. This is my first radio.
Okay. Then sure. The item will be 60,000 credits.
60,000 credits. And I'm not sure if your secretary's told you yet, but I'm also somewhat interested in maybe trying out that crystallized arm. I've got a friend that's more magically inclined.
Well, I would want them to come here. I would like to do surgery myself. I'm very interested, and I'm the one that built it. So I'd be, with some assistance from some other staff and so forth. I would. I'd be curious about it. I could let you assist if you'd like, and if your friend is in agreement to it.
I mean, I've got to ask them first, but...
Well, yes, obviously. We don't just bring people in and force augments on them.
Of course not.
Usually.
We do that.
Yeah. Well, there are people.
Oh, but I think we both know those kind of people. The same
Indeed.
kind of people that would take those augments off.
Sometimes it is also slavers and people who want gladiators, or to make juicer augments, and then they become their pet, because otherwise we withhold they withhold the drugs and so forth. Oh yeah, many kinds. I usually do not work with them.
Yes, so I'll just take that one augment and then go and talk to my friends to see if they're interested in undergoing
Oh,
surgery.
sure, certainly. And
So you said
yeah.
90,000?
Yes, 90,000.
Yeah, I can do that. And she'll count out the 90,000 credits and place it on the table.
It's not actually like it's
Yeah.
like a credit stick kind of thing.
Yeah,
And beep,
credit.
and there you go.
Yeah. So I'll take off 90,000 from my.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 90,000. So got to do the bit of maths. That would be 75,000 left, I think.
Yay, math.
I think that's right.
Mhm.
Got to get the calculator out.
If only there is calculators readily available. Oh wait.
Let's see. 34.
All right, y'all done then?
Yep. And then
All right.
Alice will head out with the augment and head to the bar the cafe that Planck and Wilhelm are at.
Great. Now that you've left, I'm going to tell you out of game. It was originally 45,000. He offered to sell it to you for 60,000, and then you just paid 90,000 for it. So.
Yep.
Yay.
That was because of
capitalism.
Yes,
rolling the double crit.
Like,
yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's
inflation, right?
Double the price, whatever.
Only 100% markup. All right.
Yeah.
So back at the cafe, you guys doing anything? What are you talking about while you're at the cafe? What's the conversation?
Well, wow, that's a good question. You know, we really don't know much about each other. I mean, I think we would just kind of chit chat and get some background on each other while we're and probably occasionally going, God, what is Ellis up to? You think he's in trouble? It'll be fine.
He can fly away.
What trouble could a mustachioed trench coat wearing tiny robot get into?
In the mercenary city.
In the mercenary city, no less. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one wants to abduct him and use him for parts.
No.
Yeah,
They're too small. Although I will say this: if Ellis ever does reach disassembled stage, and Red wants to bring in another character, he could always. I will soon be receiving my RIFTS Atlantis in the Demon Seas, which has the Zembak, which is a about 1.5 foot long worm with an eye. It can't really do much else, but they're very smart, and they have some psychic powers. But yeah, you know. See, you can hear him. He's like
a combat cyborg version of that.
Well, they usually use them in making them, and it's weird. Anyway, so that's your little conversation. Ellis, are you just humming like a happy little tune as you head to the cafe out of the woods? All right. As you're going along, something bumps into you very hard. Like, woo. Give me a little athletics roll. Let's see how well you keep yourself steady.
Athletics. Okay, where are we? Do I have athletics? I do.
Okay, you got a success. You don't quite get knocked sprawling as this big red-skinned creature with it's got like a cybernetic eye, very obviously cybernetic eye, and a cybernetic arm, but it's like 9 feet tall. It's got a pistol on its hip. It looks mean and aggressive. And it's just like, out of the way. And there's a bunch more of them with him, and they're just kind of grunting at you and
Alice will stop for a minute and just study at the cybernetics, and he'll be the Canadian and just say sorry to them for bumping into them,
Fair enough.
and
Fair enough.
and then he'll say, "I like your cybernetics. Where'd you get them from?"
From a human I ripped him out of.
You must be very skilled to install them on yourself, then.
We got people for that.
Anyway, have a nice day, and continue float on.
Fair enough. All right. And
Yeah.
and off you float.
Yeah. The Canadian of the apocalypse.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So you get back to the cafe, and
then he'll probably find Wilhelm and Kriptk to talking to each other, and kind of come in and just say, I've just been shopping a little bit, and I found some things that you two may be interested in.
Do tell.
Yes, what?
He'll pull out the cybernetic augment that he purchased and put it over near Planck's, and he said, I found this augment that should improve your electronic skills. And also maybe give you a boost to your driving skills.
Hey, we need that. Yes.
And then he'll turn to Kriptk.
My first cybernetic part.
And then he'll just say, also the place that I went, it seemed that they were experimenting on an augment that would work well with magic power. That you may be interested in, Kriptk.
That would definitely be interesting. Yes.
But
how much did they want for that?
They said it wasn't for sale, but they were wanting someone that's magically inclined to try and maybe test it out.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Certainly, Alice has never failed a check to do anything.
Yes, because Alice has never failed a healing roll.
No. Very safe.
Well, if you have any funds left over, we should go back and visit your friends again.
Yeah. Well, it was a place in the Warrens called, what was it? Marvelous Mechanica?
Marvel's Mechanica.
Yeah, Marvel's Mechanica.
Very nice.
So, whenever you're ready. What shall we do now?
Where are you headed to? Yeah.
I think we're ready to pick up our...
Okay, so we're not doing the cybernetic thing now.
No. The...
Do we want to put this cybernetic thing in our hotel room instead of carrying it around everywhere? Because I have a feeling that somebody might want to try to take that from us, and it's not like we can put it in our pocket, can we? I guess, for clarification, is it like a hand replacement or an arm replacement? What?
This would get placed in your head, I'm pretty sure.
What I was kind of thinking that it would somewhat look like is, if you've played the newer Deus Ex, it's like Adam Jensen's sunglasses. Like just an implant basically right here that has a little visor that comes over the eye.
Interesting.
And I noticed that Wilhelm does have his glasses on, so it could just replace the actual prescription glasses.
There is an eyeglasses shop here.
Yeah.
Or you could actually just get new eyes like cybernetic eyes and fix your vision.
Well, okay, that would be something I would, because that's a hindrance that I have, and
Mhm.
it's a minor one, but I have to buy that off, correct?
True. Yeah,
Yeah, but as I
kind of.
said, I
No.
think the cybernetics is probably only very small, and it's just basically a temple implant that basically just has a little visor
It,
over the eyes,
Get like a
or a
7 of
scalpel.
it would.
9.
Yeah,
It probably has like synthetic nerves that go into your hands and stuff. If it's
yeah,
augmenting your driving skill and so forth, helping with some
Okay.
reflexes and that sort of thing,
yeah.
reaction speed.
Mm.
As for we were just talking about it, and my mind has blanked.
The hindrance of the
Oh,
bad eyes.
the eyes. So what we could do is, if you wanted to get cybernetic eyes, you certainly could. And then what it would be is basically your advancement that you get at the end of the session would just be automatically paid to removing that
to
hindrance.
remove that
Yeah,
hindrance.
Yeah,
because
it's something to think about.
there is the optics package, which
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of
yeah,
cyber eye things. You can get
yes.
laser eyes.
That's just ridiculous. What would I do with laser eyes?
He's like, ah, ha, 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 yes.
Now, see, eyes that could have me do like microscopic or telescopic
Mhm.
vision. Now you got me my
Yeah,
interest
they
peaked.
they
But
absolutely have things like that. You can basically get all the capabilities of a multi-optic scope as eyeballs.
Okay. A core electronics package probably be good for you. +2
There's a lot of
common
them.
knowledge, electronics, hacking, research, and repair.
Jesus, my repair could be even higher.
It has radio, gyro compass, and a calendar.
Never forget your mom's birthday ever again. Which is really, that's actually the selling point for me because I can't remember anybody's birthday, even my own. So,
That's fair. That is fair.
after enough years, you just forget. How you stay young at heart. All right.
Mhm.
So where are you going? Do you want to go install this right now?
Or do you want to get the vehicle first?
Uh, mm, I think that we would want to get the vehicle first,
Okay.
because as I recall you saying that it would put me out of action for a little bit while I
Yeah.
heal.
Yes, exhaustion for the first 12 hours, and then fatigue for the next 12 hours. This, if you get
Yeah, so I would be out for a day.
yeah.
Really not that bad when you think about it.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no, but you know, we're here
The
to
only thing
do.
is it puts one strain on, but I think as human, I think you can deal with one strain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
vehicle first, and then after
All
we've done
right.
all our stuff for the day, then we'll go and do some cybernetic surgery.
You are so
Mhm.
excited about this.
Where are
Yeah.
you going to do the surgery? I'm just curious. Just right in the
Probably.
hotel room?
Oh, don't tell-
Well, I think we'll probably, as I said, probably do it over that Subnext place because they've got the resources.
Ah, you didn't contract for that.
Oh well.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
fair
Alice
enough.
could probably do it anyway because he probably brings his tools with him. But
To some extent, but there's things like, maybe some
Can I
extra
rent
blood and
table
stuff,
space so I can operate on my friend here?
sanitary setting and so forth.
Mm.
I mean, it's not
Well, I
really
mean,
a
it's not like
necessary.
replacing an arm, so it's
You
adding
you still
stuff.
have to put stuff into his skull
It should
and
be,
into his brain.
marginally clean.
Yeah. Right there on the hotel bed sheet. I mean, what could be wrong with that? Very sanitary.
That's
Uh,
fine. Just
all
need
right.
to boil some water, and isn't that how that works? You boil some water, cut up some bed
Yeah.
sheets, and
Yep. That's exactly how that works. So
fire.
germs make you stronger. That's right. Uh, so yeah, you guys can head on over to Dockside, and you go. Are you going to Still Ticking Motors?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go there first and
Okay,
see what they
fair
got
enough.
going on.
All right. So you travel over there and so forth, and you you get there, and the guy comes up to you. He's wearing kind of the standard, sleazy car salesman kind of outfit.
Nice.
Like, hey, I see you're looking at that there. Uh, what brings you here today? Is that what you're looking for? Something like that. A nice four-seater. You know,
Well, we just want to take a look and see what you got in a large family-sized vehicle.
large family-sized vehicle right this way. Got a bunch of little ones on the way. And he like takes you over to like they have a section of minivans, and he's like, huh?
I'm
Maybe
sorry, I
something with
didn't.
a bit more firepower and armor.
Fire.
Let's say we want to travel the
Oh.
wastes.
Oh, see, we only deal in civilian model vehicles.
Okay, thank
Uh,
you.
that,
Then-
that, I, they,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
no, you could go and check over with O'Grady's. That'd probably be, they might have something for you, over there. They deal with a lot of those kind of vehicles and so forth.
Okay.
You go down here, and they're gonna be closer to the water. He gives you directions.
You take
He
a
looks very
left, then
disappointed.
another left, and then right, then a left, then a right, then right, then a left.
hmm Look for
Through a
the
hole in the
cranes in
wall.
the junkyard. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, it's like a junkyard, where there's a fence, and then beyond there's just wrecks of vehicles and stuff inside. But there's also like a lot of like vehicles, and there's mountaineers, there's big boss vehicles. Like these are wasteland traveling vehicles.
So we're
Um,
going to my version of heaven, is what you're saying.
yeah, you could say that.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go there, and
Okay.
um,
Well, thank
you
you very much for your time. I appreciate your honesty and pointing us in the way to getting us what we need.
yeah, it didn't look like the kind of people that needed a minivan.
Can I slip him, like 50 credits just for his.
Sure,
Fine.
sure thing. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Great,
For information.
appreciated.
Time is
then.
money.
Yep.
Quite literally.
Okay. So yeah, you can go on your way.
All right, so we're going off to O'Grady's.
All right. So yeah, you get over there. They've got cranes set up, and like I said, there's it's a junkyard with an auto lot in the front place. I don't know about some of you, but there's several places like that around where I live. So, um, so I'm absolutely familiar with this kind of business. Uh, so yeah, like the guy comes out, and you can tell he's a businessman. Well, he's dressed as a businessman, but he's probably a guy who also has worked back in the shop and that sort of thing. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, we're looking for a vehicle to travel the wastes in.
And he just kind of gestures like, you're going to have to be more specific than that, man.
If you would have given me a moment, I was going to be more specific.
Yeah.
No,
Just go through the catalog.
We're looking for a mountaineer.
The ATV or the Mark II?
The Mark II, obviously.
All right, let me see if we got anything.
With reactor, of course.
Yeah, if you're gonna travel the waste,
with the
you want a
nuclear reactor.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, so Brad, what you're gonna do is you are going to roll, since you're attempting pleasant interaction to do this.
Yes.
Give me a persuasion roll, and let me just look something up real quick.
I need to make sure I've got some bennies at the ready because I have a feeling I'm gonna not do well on my first roll.
All right, and then roll that for me at a -4.
Ooh, nice. Got a raise.
He does have one in stock. It is a rebuilt, but that does mean that you'll get about you'll get about 10% off.
Okay. Would you mind if I give it the once over?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a notice check. We'll say a notice check is where we'll start.
Can I get in on this check as well, just to have Alice check it over as well?
You can, but the main thing is that Planck is the one who kind of knows what he's looking for.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah, you can help. But he's got success and a raise. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, let's see here. I need a chart. All right, so it's got a little bit of a handling glitch. So that it's got some problems here and there with a few bits, a few components. Nothing you can't fix, but it's not in perfect shape. But it can be fixed with a minimal amount of effort to
Well,
get
thank
it running.
goodness that there's a junkyard right here.
Oh my good! It's amazing.
If we purchase this, could I scavenge some parts to do some repairs?
Yeah, sure. I'll even give you a bit of a discount since you're taking this off my hands.
There's a sell. Get this piece of shit out of here. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a large vehicle, so he's probably taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, it's probably taking up a lot of space.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of large vehicles, but this is one of the bigger ones. So let's see.
Could get 2 minivans on here.
Yeah. So you kind of give me a repair roll to kind of search around and look for the right part, basically.
Cool.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
So you find the part, no problem, and you can replace that without too much trouble. He'll sell the part to you for about 16,000 credits, because you have to kind of replace like a whole, steering. It was a handling issue, and it's just a bad steering mount kind of thing. And you probably spend like an hour or two just digging through this junkyard to find something comparable. And
sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What's the you said 16,000 for the part. So how much for the vehicle?
So it was what, 750?
Mm-hmm.
So altogether with the part, it'll be 674,000. Call it 675. 675,000 for it. So you basically got almost 100 off. So
It's actually pretty
Not
cheap.
bad.
I was expecting it to be much more.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be on Planck's vehicle sheet now, or?
yeah,
Okay, I'm
I'll
sorry.
add it on there.
It was I screwed up here. It was how much again? 6.
675.
670. Yeah, 675.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And put it under gear.
You can just put it under
Just
gear for right
kidding.
now. I think you've got a vehicle tab on
There is a
yours.
vehicle tab. That's what I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're
No,
right.
I'll get the details in there between sessions. We shouldn't need it tonight
Keyword shouldn't.
because right now I've got the details in there for the Mountaineer or the Big Boss ATV you had, so I'll get it in there for you. No worries.
Okay.
So yeah. Now, if you're looking for weaponry to put on that, then you're gonna need to go to probably well,
Yeah,
he
we're
does
definitely
sell...
not getting it here.
Okay. All right. But this would be a place to come
is-
if you wanted additional armor or something like that, though. He's got a lot of scrap.
The Mountaineer is in the compendium.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just drag and drop it onto your sheet if you need to.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it feels like that or not, but
Yep.
you can try it.
It does. I just tried it on mine.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Size 7, handling 1, top speed of 120, toughness of 20. It doesn't add the crew, and it's got 5 wounds.
Yep.
Oh.
That actually makes sense. Because larger vehicles have more wounds.
Yep. So yeah, you can just
Oh.
go to your vehicle tab, open up the compendium, find the Mountaineer Mark II.
Oh, hang on. I've got this set to automatically break it out into another window. I think it's not liking that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It doesn't add the
it's
armament, so we'll have to...
it's something
Yeah.
that we can fiddle
Yep,
with.
we'll deal with it later. Yeah.
Yep. All right. All right. So you've made your primary purchase. Now what? It is starting to get kind of later in the day, though.
Yeah.
Because you had to search and so yeah, it's getting towards evening. You might want to consider, where you want to eat, if you want to do anything tonight, or if you want to have, Dr. Ellis take a poke inside your head.
But literally.
I'm thinking before I have something shoved into my head, I think I'd like to have dinner first. And maybe one cocktail. I mean,
Okay.
nothing
Sure.
stupid.
Yeah. There's like movies. There's like I think there's a movie theater here. There's a couple of arcades. There's a lot of different things that you can do. There's an art museum. You can go get some culture or something. I don't know.
What do you think, Kriptk? You want dinner and some culture?
Dinner and some culture.
Sure. Well,
Yeah,
let's focus on food.
All right.
And then it would be kind of cool if we could, while we're eating, if we could maybe listen to hear some gossip or interesting things that maybe, sights to see or things to avoid.
Fair.
And I'm thinking that, do you guys want to, well, I mean, Ellis could watch us eat. That's got to be horrible. But do we want to go to a higher end place? Because you know what? We should like get some nice clothes and then go to a higher end place to eat, because we're stuck at the castle. When are we going to get an opportunity like this again? It's probably going to be a while. What do you think?
Probably right. I think we'll be on the road for a while.
So, fancy duds, fancy food, and some culture, and then I'll get my head torn open.
Yeah, there's a barber shop in town. What are you thinking for food? There's a pizzeria. There's the Celestial Dragon, which serves like Chinese American cuisine. There's several flop houses. Because that's where you want to go, right?
Let's
see.
I grew up like a city rat, so I probably have a skewed idea of what I would probably shoot for the moon for. Like, hey, we're gonna go to eat someplace fancy, and I would be like, what's the most expensive thing that we could go to?
Okay.
But they're not gonna let us in if we look like dirt, so we gotta gotta clean up and put on some fancy duds.
Just looking.
I'm not sure that. I think Kriptk will probably have to buy some fancy duds. I think he's got like one outfit he wears.
Yeah, I absolutely don't have fancy duds whatsoever, so I'm with you.
All right, so most places you're going to want to go to for something like that are going to be either in the spokes or the hub. I'm just laughing at the table of contents of this book. Just because the Arms Bazaar district goes from location 114 to 121, like it just skips. Oh my god. So let's go with, because I know there's some fancy shops around here. There's several clothing boutiques. You pass them on your way in. So you're looking for like some high-end clothes. And all right. All right. So the hub, that actually would be where you would have actually parked your car. And that's actually where you can pick your vehicle up, is from the hub when you go to leave. A number of the casinos and hotels do have their own restaurants inside as well, that are quite nice. Actually,
much information.
Yes, there is. All right, so here we go. There is a place called Taste of the Town. It is known for high-class fine dining. Food is varied with dishes from a myriad of cultures, including a handful of alien delicacies. Average meal costs 50 to 100 credits. So that would be the place to go check out.
Do they have the Dragon Crusher there?
The Dragon Head beer? No, but there is. Matter of fact, you can get it direct from the source in Dockside. That's where the brewery is for it.
Made from real dragons?
They do not give away trade secrets. That's but it is available. Yep, there's a place. There's Sully's Surf and Turf, which is arguably the best steakhouse east of the Mississippi River. place called the Wine Garden. Now we're getting into like where the fine clothing and apparel.
In this world, would like steak or seafood be more rare? Probably seafood.
Probably seafood. It depends on what kind of seafood. Like if it's something freshwater, I mean they're right on the Ohio River.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking, something from the ocean, yeah, that would be very, very rare. So there's Erdano's High Fashion, high-priced men's fashion store and tailor, clothing ranging from suits to casual wear. Cost is high, and a typical suit is 1,000 to 10,000 credits, 18,000 to 25,000 if you want an armored suit of clothing. It would be the same as like the cloak that that Ellis has.
If I'm going to get a suit, it's going to be utilitarian. It's going to be armored too.
Yeah,
you're going to spend the money. Send the money.
Yeah. There is the Elfin Tea Room, which serves authentic traditional elven fare as well as herbal teas and fine wines.
Ooh, elven wine? Oh, I'm giddy.
You will be after eating at the Elven Tea. There's also Miranda's Fashion Boutique, but that which is for ladies' fashion. But if that is your thing, that's fine too.
I want an armored suit.
You want an armored suit? Fair enough.
Heck yeah.
And both of those places are not far from your hotel, so that's good. And so yeah, which one would you so I take it you'd both like to go to the
well, I can't speak for Kriptk, but I would like, if I was going to get a suit, I would like it to be armored.
Okay. All right.
But I don't know if armor would. I don't know enough about magic if like an armored suit would screw up his.
Actually, probably not, because his armor is kind of comprised of similar type materials. More organic, perhaps, but comparable.
I think Kriptk would like to try to find a set of like more formal mage robes with like neon patterns that would change with his mood and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool if they have something like that.
Okay.
I have a feeling that we're gonna have to go to the Mystic Quarter for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Mood ring robes. Okay. So what is it? Mostly black all the time, or
always black? Right. I was just gonna say that. Right.
Dark as night, like his soul.
All right. So.
Because yeah, I think black is the base for mood rings, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Hey, John,
yes.
I just wanted to let you know I did drag the vehicle onto my sheet. So.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Thank you for
so
that.
The base stats
the
base stats are in there, but we have no firepower yet.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't come with a weapon, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. Oh, just so you know, Kriptk, there is a nexus point in the Mystic Quarter. There's two ley lines that you guys can see. They're not particularly strong. It's not a very strong nexus point. Matter of fact, you can't even see the nexus point because there is a what is basically a wizard's academy or a spellcaster's academy that is built on top of the nexus point.
Bastards.
And it's a magical school that is here. The Collegiate Arcane and Magic Guild. If you ever wanted to enroll there are a ton of rules and things that I could adapt. I don't need the politics. I don't need the backstory. Okay. Yeah, there's shops that sell Techno Wizard weaponry. There's There's several shops that sell Techno Wizard weaponry from all over the place. There's a store for Magefire weapons, which is a not of Earth seller um, of mystical armaments from like other dimensions, outer space, etc.
Cool.
There's also a store for Stormspire, which is the weapons manufacturer for the Federation of Magic. There's the Bestiary of the Bazaar, where you can pick up an exotic pet that may or may not eat you. A lot of exotic wonder shops. There's the Pyramid Emporium, where you can get tattoos and such. Just in here.
We could get matching tattoos.
There's a Sphinx and Unicorn Tavern. Let's see. There is a. Oh yes. There's also the Crimson Dragon, which has more like traditional like magic items, potions, and that sort of thing. Scrolls, rings. And it is owned by a young adult fire dragon. There is a theater. So, I mean, you can pretty much pick a place and find what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, since I'm there, I will see if I can find some kind of fancy robes that do something
Do the
similar
thing
to
that you
what I
want
was.
them to do. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And since I'm also there, I'll also see if I can find the Leyline Walker medium armor. If there's same store, maybe.
Sure. Yep. There's let's just kind of pick one at random. Matter of fact, we'll have you go to the Crimson Dragon. You can go and meet the
young adult dragon.
The young adult fire dragon, Ignatos.
So what does that mean, young adult? So that
he's 20.
Yep. Sure, probably more like
200.
200?
200, yeah.
Dragon years, you know.
Yeah, and he likes to just, you know, he kind of provides traditional things, and
his name is Ignatos.
Ignatos, yes.
So is he? Do they like transform in a more humanoid form when they're dealing with patrons, or are they just like a dragon?
He's just like a dragon. You just like, yep, dragon. So his shop is kind of large, but that's mostly to just accommodate him. But he does have a very large selection.
All right.
He's very friendly, very personable, which is not what you're expecting from a dragon. And he doesn't seem covetous about his items. You know, dragons usually like their things, don't like to part with their things. And in this case, no. He's fine with selling them. And he may even buy some, you know, magical gear back from you and that sort of thing. So yeah, you could no real markup on any of this. He kind of does this more just because he kind of enjoys it and enjoys meeting people. So so yeah, if you want, you can purchase your stuff here if you'd like.
Cool.
I don't know how much the medium armor costs off the top of my head. But we'll say for the robe, and it's just kind of like a mood color shifting robe.
It's just like, for a little flash, right?
Yeah. We'll say just 6,000 for the robe. I think that would be fair.
Okay. And the medium armor looks like the book on it is 12,000.
Okay.
Okay. I will thank Great Ignatos for his patronage or his
oh yes.
selling to me. Yes.
He's fine.
Yes, I will be sure to visit your store again in the future. And you said you do purchase items. I think you earlier. So
Sometimes,
if we
yes.
come across anything in the wastes, we'll stop back.
Sounds good.
And of course, I don't need this light armor any longer. Perhaps you might have a use for it. The ley line light armor.
Let's see. He will. I
will tell you what. We can do a trade. The robes for the light armor, and then I will buy the medium armor. How does that sound?
That sounds good. He will do that trade.
Very good. So I'll pay the 12 then and get the medium.
Yep. There you go.
Beautiful.
All right. So
Huzzah!
now you well, okay. Planck, you want to go get your fancy duds?
Heck yeah.
All right. And you meet Erdano, and he is like, yes. Oh my. You, sir, are in need of a fine suit.
Absolutely. I'm in need of a fine armored suit.
Ah, a man of danger and of class. I do appreciate such a person.
I'm thinking more
Erdano.
utility and class. You never know when somebody's going to try to shoot you.
Indeed. One does not, especially in Merktown. Yes. Yes. And he'll start showing you materials and colors and so forth. And what are you kind of looking for in terms of color and style? Is there anything in particular?
Kind of like a shark skin, sort of a slate gray, but sort of shimmery material. Not gaudy or sequins, but just
we would never do
little hint of shimmer.
tacky.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. Yes. Who would wear that?
Right. Yes, we can certainly do that. Let me just get your measurements here. And he'll take your measurements very quickly. They don't, he's using higher technology for it, like some, he scans you with a laser kind of thing, and then
nice,
good to go. And he's like, that would be 20,000 credits. I can probably have it ready in a couple of hours because I have the processor in the back, and I can just feed in the measurements and the material, and it should be all taken care of.
20,000 sold.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you have any canes?
I do. Particular kind or style that you're looking for?
Something that would match the suit.
And he'll show you canes. And you find one that you find fitting. And he'll throw that in for, say, 300 credits. It's just a cane.
That's a deal.
All right. So yeah, you just have to come back in a couple of hours to get your suit.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Kriptk's shopping trip is probably going to take about that amount of time as well, yeah?
Yeah, it'll take some time.
Or less.
Yeah, probably less, but not by much. I'm guessing you're going to rendezvous back at your hotel room?
That's what I'm thinking, so we can get dressed up and cleaned up and go.
Are you going to take a taxi or a limo or something?
I'm taking a limo.
All right, they got a limo service.
I'm getting a fancy suit. You got to get in a limo for that.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. There it is. Dexter Limousines. You can rent one for 200 credits per day. You can add a bodyguard for an extra cost of 75 credits a day.
Excellent.
So there you go.
I have removed the credits for the day.
Would you like a wheeled or a hover vehicle, sir?
Hover.
Of course. All right, so, all right, off you. So yeah, you've got a little bit of time yet. Anything else you want to do before your limo arrives and you walk out in style?
Oh, I do want to look up and see if I can find. I mentioned like probably pre-rift type technology like vacuum tubes and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind trying to find some older, more esoteric repair bits.
Okay.
See if you can find a bit.
You probably won't have time for it yet for this day, but
no.
tomorrow you can probably find it.
Tomorrow, yeah, I figured tomorrow. I just want to get an idea of where I would need to go tomorrow. But yeah,
you might want to go to a place called Golden Age Relics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was on my list of places to go. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sure thing.
Excellent.
All right. And anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
All right. So we'll skip ahead if everyone's good, and we'll go to the limo arrives. So you're wearing your suit. Kriptk is wearing his color changing robes. Are you wearing your armor or just the robes?
Probably wear the robes over the armor, honestly.
Okay. All right. And Ellis, you putting on the fake fake nose and glasses?
Yep.
Awesome.
In disguise.
In disguise.
Yeah. I've used disguise self.
Yes. Now, do you have a hat at all, or is it just?
I was thinking a hood, but not a hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you probably have a hood. Sure.
Yeah.
Trench coat with a hood.
Mm-hmm.
Bold move, Cotton.
And so off you go. And you pass through various regions and so forth, and it's not a terribly long drive. Now, are you going to the Elfin Tea Room, or did you want the really high-end place, or did you want the steak place? Did you want to go to the Rib Shack, the rib and beer place that's in the Warrens?
No.
If we're gonna do it, let's do it right. We'll go to the high end place. What's that one?
Yep, high end place,
right.
And then finish it off with an aperitif of elven wine.
I got dressed up in my new robes. I have to go somewhere fancy.
That's true. Let's see. Yes, Taste of the Town. All right. All right. So here's what I'm going to say is you tell me what dish your character is going to order. Now, it could be something exotic and alien or what have you. And I will, depending on your description, I'll tell you the price. But yeah, tell me what you want.
Doesn't need food, so.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch the fleshy things consume it.
He's analyzing what you're ingesting. He's like, well, that's that many years off their life.
You're not wrong.
How many shots does he need to take to burn all those calories he ate?
I would actually love it if Ellis developed this thing where he'd just tell you, like, every time you made a poor healthy choice or a non-healthy choice, he just critiqued you on it.
2 years.
Well, I was thinking that he may mention after the Planck and Kriptk have had all their food, he'd probably say, it's probably better if you fast before having the surgery so you don't throw up.
What are you talking about? Always do surgery on a full tummy. That's what I say. Absolutely. Anesthesia. Yeah, anesthesia? Have any of that? Nope. Gonna do it in the bathtub of the hotel. No
all you need is a
anesthetic.
bathtub and a mallet.
And some ice
And
from
some
the ice machine.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like a bucket or two. All right. So Planck, what do you order?
We dropped Gordo again.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing Planck.
Oh, I'm thinking like legit seafood, so like maybe lobster and like maybe like tuna, like tuna steak and lobster. Like in my vision of decadence would be food from the ocean.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you've probably never had any of that.
Nope.
So okay, all right, that will just cost you about 75. We'll say 75 credits.
Nice.
Kriptk,
what are you gonna order?
I would like roasted ground sloth from the yin sloth jungle.
Oh, it's good because it's on special tonight. So they happen to get a fresh shipment in through some contacts, and they will absolutely. Would you like that done medium or rare? Well done.
I think tartar would be nice.
Tartar. Okay, tartar it is.
Just
And,
lay it on the grill, flip it over, bring it to my plate.
There you go. All right, it's and it's despite all, it's quite good. You've never had it before, but it is quite tasty. It is a satisfying meal. What do you order to drink with it? Are you having any house wine or anything like that, or they have bottles of wine or other beverages? Of course, they do not have the Dragon Head's brew here because that would be ridiculous.
Rats. Maybe something a bit harder, a whiskey or something, if they have something along those lines.
Sure. They absolutely have a whiskey.
Maybe something from the other side of the rift or something that might be interesting.
I'm thinking a milkshake.
Okay. All right. That's a good idea. Yeah. A milkshake, yeah. What could be more decadent when refrigeration is not common? But yeah, you could definitely have a milkshake. What flavor?
Strawberry.
Excellent choice. As for beverages from across the rift, I mean they do have some elven wines, they have dwarven ales, they have orcish grog. They've got
I have tried that orcish grog. That's
orcish grog. Okay, it's a fine orcish grog, which kind of it doesn't necessarily sit well. Actually, give me a vigor roll for your character.
Okay.
I'm sure the elven wine we'll have later will sit well with the orcish grog. They'll battle in your guts.
It's a fine orcish grog, very few chunks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Dear.
It's got the rough strain.
So it feels like right now the orcs are battling the sloths in your stomach. Maybe not the best combination. It was good going down. Had just the right consistency. It might be maybe you just have too full of a stomach. It's.
It was good going down and coming back up.
Yeah. You're not that ill yet, but you're not feeling great.
Shocked the system before we try the dragon wine or dragon stuff.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay. So you enjoy your meal. I leave it up to you if you want to get dessert or if you are good with your meal and wish to go and on the rest of your excursion.
I don't want to get over full if I'm going to have elven wine.
Right.
That's just
right.
ridiculous.
Kriptk will wait a moment till the war drums stop beating, so he's good for now.
Get it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
We've got the limo for 24 hours. We'll just,
Yeah.
ride around town for a while.
There you go.
You can lay down for a little bit in the back of the limo.
Mystic bar crawl.
The Mystic bar crawl. Now that would be a thing to do in Merktown. Would do a pub crawl. Oh boy, that'd be fun. All right. I need to prepare a lot for that. So yeah, let's have you go to your elven wine place then. We'll say you hit that first. And you're gonna go and order some elven wine. Go to the elfin tea room. Matter of fact, Kriptk, you could probably get some elfin tea that might settle your stomach.
Might calm down the orcs.
Yeah, might
probably,
soothe the savage orc.
That's probably a good idea.
Fair enough.
Give me 3 pots.
Now, are you just ordering like a glass of elven wine, Planck, or are you gonna, or do you want to buy a bottle?
We're going to be here for a couple of days, so I'm thinking I'll try it out, and then if I like it, buy a bottle or 2 or 5 before we head back to Castle.
Fair enough. We'll say it's like $8 a glass, or 8 credits a glass.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a small glass, but I'm sure it's still 8.
Oh yeah. Yep. You can give me a vigor test with
oh fuck.
But I'll give you a +2. Yeah, look at that. You're fine. That's like, yeah. You got a success. You're holding it. You're like, okay. That's not bad. It was very tasty. But it's not like, hard and getting you super messed up. Stomach feels okay. It's mixing well with the milkshake. It is not bringing all the boys to the yard, but that's okay.
Damn. Right?
I apologize to the stream for what just happened. Okay.
That was the only way that could play out, John.
It was. I know. Kriptk, you having like a little 5 credit thing of elven tea to settle your stomach?
No, he wants 3 pots of elven tea.
3 pots? Gonna have a big tea party.
Right.
Nice.
It's a big tea party in my tummy. Everyone's gonna have a seat and put on their manners. All right. So yeah. Then in that case, we'll say it's like, I don't know, like 20 credits. You get your 3 pots of elven tea, and you manage to get your stomach calmed down. And then let's see here. Spirit Sales. That's the name of the place. All right. All right. Here we go. We're almost there. Nobody wanted to go to Old Granddad's Pizza. I'm very sad.
Well,
Very
there's
sad.
another day. We could do that for
That's true.
lunch tomorrow.
That's true. Let's see. I was lied to. It said it's on this page. I'm like, it is not.
Lies.
Lies. Madeline's Aroma of Spring. That's not it. That's not it. I mean, it'd be cool if it was, but
I gotta say, this drag and drop functionality, I was able to quickly drop the. I'm assuming that's just essentially body armor for the armored suit. It's a light armored clothing.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just boop, dropped it in, renamed it armored suit. Roll20's cool.
Right. It is pretty cool. All right. So, the best place to get it would just be go to the brewery, get it direct from the source. Because otherwise, you got to go to like one of those juicer / supernatural creature bars to get it. Which, well, that's because they're the only ones who technically can handle it. So yeah. Do you want to go to the brewery to try this and have them try to talk you out of it, or do you want to go to the bar?
And have them goad you into it.
Maybe. So what do you think?
Too bad I didn't buy that trauma kit already.
You got Ellis with you. You should be fine.
That's fair.
I love that there's a gun store named Shooters. The names on some of these places are great. Let's see. 9 Lives Armory. All right. Well, you go to the dive bar that has it, since I can't seem to find the name right now. And it's a rowdy place. There are, in many ways, this is like the first time some of you are seeing. Oh, yeah, we should have you do that real quick. All right. Let's see. Come on. There we go.
We each, I should have asked this earlier, for the vehicle, we each paying equal share, so 225,000 each.
For what? Oh, are you sharing the price of the vehicle? I don't know. That is up to y'all.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
225. Yeah, 225 each.
All right. So I need each of you that's going into this bar to give me a fear check, which is a spirit roll. There's actually a button on the character sheet. I think it's the little scaredy face, if I remember correctly.
Yay.
All right. Okay, so all right. Okay. Let's see. Just because of the accumulated, I will say, so Kriptk and Planck managed to keep the nerves. Ellis, let's click the fear result. Let's see if something pops up. Otherwise, I have a fear table here. Gives you technically would have got a success, but there was a penalty on it. So go ahead and click the fear result button. Okay. Well, you're feeling kind of excited about being around all of these new alien species that you've never met before, and some of them are very large. Not really an adrenaline surge, but you're just excited and curious. Oh boy. All right. So you going up to the bar, Kriptk?
Oh yeah,
All right.
I've had my 3 pots of
let's
tea
see.
now, so I can start drinking again.
Yeah, absolutely. See, poison. Okay. Uh,
So does Savage Rifts have the equivalent of a what is it? The dock wagon, what is it
oh,
from
the
Shadowrun?
trauma thing. Oh yeah,
The
yeah, the dock wagon thing. Yeah, you do. It's called Dr. Ellis. You specifically do.
That's
So
fair.
yeah. Um, okay. All right. So, all right. So I'm thinking of how strong this will be. So what you're going to need to do is you need to make Kriptk. You need to make a vigor roll, and we'll say this is a. Let's see here. Bet they've got it in gear, maybe. Da, da, da. See if they've got poison in gear. Just looking for a point of reference. No, of course not. That'd be too easy. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna assign. It's gonna be a -4. So, so a vigor roll -4. To see how you handle it.
Yeah, I spend a bit
Okay.
3 rolls, sir.
You certainly may.
Oh no.
All right. Do we? Is it? But we still take the results because you did get a 4. Oh, that is that with the mind? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. So, so you take a wound, Kriptk. And then you're gonna take, and you have 6 rounds to live. As you drink it and you immediately start convulsing and foaming at the mouth. It is like drinking flaming liquid glass. Well, that would be liquid glass would be flaming, but it's also apparently filled with razor blades or something. It is excruciating. You're stunned. Uh, it's bad. It's real bad. So, do the others of you want to do something?
I'm assuming he's screaming.
Oh yeah. Well, he's trying to, but he's kind of frothing at the mouth and having a seizure, and it does not look good. His veins shouldn't pop like that.
Oh God, Ellis! Ellis!
But there's all these things. Red, I think you're muted.
My
there you
mic
go.
was on mute. I was going to say, can I try a healing roll, but give myself a penalty?
Well, you would
Because
take
of
you'd take a -4 just from the drink itself, like it applies to the healing roll. So you'd be healing roll at -4.
Okay.
Oh.
Healing roll at -4. Okay. Let's see. 5. Still got a success though.
Yeah, you did. All right. Congratulations, Kriptk. You will survive.
But your arm falls off.
I'm gonna be a miserable cuss.
Yeah, you're gonna be in bad shape tomorrow.
Hey, we'll both convalesce in bed tomorrow. How's that?
You're probably not gonna be talking much for most of tomorrow. So yeah. But you didn't die. So that's good.
That's
Thank
a
you,
good thing.
Alice.
Thank you all.
It wasn't pretty. You pretty much had to you were like forcing an arm down his throat to get him to start to try to vomit it, and then you had to like have like Planck like stomp on his stomach just to really get it all out of there. So it was pretty violent. The juicers laughed, the demons laughed, the dragons laughed, But and they're like,
Something
"Good job,
to tell
Tiny."
the grandkids, though.
Yeah. You're assuming that he can still have children now. So yeah, that is how that went. You see, you drag Kriptk into the limo, I guess, after this. And
Yep.
it is time to go.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Look at all of that done.
I will leave a 50 credit tip on the bar.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they charge you like 20 credits just for like a shot of it, basically. It is potent stuff, and they also knew the outcome. Like, they had you... Well, you were warned beforehand verbally. They don't make you sign a writ or anything, but, they're like, you really shouldn't.
They do have a chart of, okay, if you consume this much, you'll have this long to live. If you don't have... Yeah.
Basically. So yeah. So there you go. And you go back to the hotel room. You gonna have Ellis do that surgery for you?
Well, I think at this point, with all the chicanery at the juicer bar, I'm sure I've probably burned that alcohol out of my system somewhere.
Yeah. So I think Ellis should definitely do that surgery as soon as he gets back.
Yep.
Gonna do it right there in the hotel room?
Well, he said he had it figured out to be clean.
Okay.
He's a robot doc. I've never had cybernetics before, so I'm assuming that this would be fine.
It's fine. What's the worst that could go wrong? It's certainly not like any video games or anything have ever opened with a sequence where there was something involving cybernetics and surgeries and such, and environments not conducive
not
to
like
it.
I drank a mug of flaming dragon jizz or anything like that.
Hey, Ellis, guess who wants you to do surgery now?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Planck would like you to install that device.
Okay, so I'll let Planck decide. Do you want me to roll healing or electronics?
Well, whatever your higher skill is.
They're both the same, so that's why I'm asking.
Healing?
Healing?
All right.
No,
and
wait.
you're going to be doing it in the
Oh,
hotel
wait,
room.
it's cybernetics. No, electronics.
Electronics? Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to be doing it in the hotel room. I'm going to give that a -2 because it's not really a proper medical facility.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Ellis has his own tools that are at least, surgically cleaned. So, look at that. You're going to be right as rain tomorrow.
Look at me.
Oh, sure, you get successes when you're working on him.
Well, who else would build the cooling unit for my severed head?
Luckily, it wasn't the wild dice, because that was a nat 1 -1.
Right? I saw that. I'm like, ooh, that was a nat 1. Yeah, that would have been bad. I was really hoping for another one of those red classics where it's just like double ones.
Yep, double 1. I was half expecting that as well. That's why I asked.
Planck
normally
forgets. Planck forgets his childhood. It just,
all those
That's
piano
only the good
lessons
parts.
right out the window.
So how many races is that? That's 2.
That is
3?
Yes. Yep.
3 races.
Yep. Success with 3 races. So you'll actually be ready, good to go, like the next day. You'll be healed up pretty well. Or actually, I should say, the surgery takes half the time it normally would. It went in a lot easier. You were surprised by the amount of extra space there was in Planck's head.
Well, this is his
There's a
first
lot of
cybernetics, so
open,
it's not like
open
he's trying.
spaces to do this. It was really, you have a head meant for just cybernetic augmentation.
Bitch, please.
Raise halves recovery time. So
Yes.
3 races,
Oh,
that
recovery
means
time.
it's
Okay.
halved, then halved again, then halved again. So that's it's probably like
Yeah.
only 2 hours.
Yeah.
24, 12, 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know, like in any good, cybernetic sci-fi movie, you can get, stuff ripped off and repaired and you're good to go. So,
Yeah,
there you
so
go.
I think
only
we all saw Johnny Mnemonic here. We know how it works.
Yeah, so
it's
you only need 6 hours of recovery time.
Yeah.
look at that.
So
Look
that
at
means
that.
you're only exhausted for 3 hours.
It's a
So
success.
a good night's
Doc.
rest
Thank
and
you.
you're good to go.
Excellent.
Kriptk, on the other hand, you're gonna need a day.
I see him.
Yep.
So is Kriptk wanting to get his own the new arm, or does he want to do that?
No.
But I think we have to scrape him off the
Yeah.
floor before we could take him out of here.
Yeah.
I may
and
need to
the
have my
clinic probably isn't open right now.
I may need a cybernetic stomach when I'm done with this, but my arms are fine for now.
That you could just make
Still
that your whole
attached.
shtick. You just have a cybernetic stomach and you go around betting people that you can drink things that you shouldn't be able to drink.
Give me that dragon juice. I can drink it now.
Dragon juice. All right. Well, it is closing in, I think, on that time for us to call it.
Yeah.
It is past midnight here. I guess we'll have a little, have people kind of go around and whatnot. So thank you all for watching. I'm John. I forgot to even say my name, I think, at the start. And I run this and I do other stuff. We'll go to Kriptk.
Okay, I'm Gordo. I play obviously here, and at Alamo City Gaming, I run a couple of games over there, some OSR stuff and some World Darkness stuff. So that's what I do.
Nice. And Planck, what do you do? Brad.
I do stuff. I do have a podcast. We just finished putting up season 1 of Legends of Lunchtime, which you can find on iTunes, Google Play, or Google, how they changed it, but yeah, the Google podcast area, and Legends of Lunchtime. You can find us on Facebook and at gncasts.com. So there's a few places where you can find it. Season 2 will be, I think I'll be putting out the first episode this weekend for season 2.
Cool. And then we have Red.
I am Red.
There he goes
You can
again.
find me here most nights when I'm not playing. There is a game tomorrow, so going back to our Ravenloft. And you can probably most likely find me on the Discord, where I talk to people as much as possible.
He does. Sure. True statement. Again, I am John. You've been watching Savage Rifts on Slices and Dices. Tomorrow they've got a Ravenloft game. And they've got all kinds of other really cool content. They've got Alien Frontier War. They've got that, and then they've got Call of Cthulhu every now and then, I believe. They did Magi Knights. I think I'm saying that right. Just a bunch of stuff. They do really cool stuff. So absolutely come and check them out. Pretty much Thursdays and Fridays. There's something going on usually. Thank you all for joining us, and have a good night.